Test one, test one, test one. Oh, what is going on here? Test. Let's see. USA Wrestling.
I got an extra. All right, you about ready? I'm ready whenever you are. Have a seat and all.
Test. We're live.
Hey, I think we got a wrestling meet going on.
Yes, we do. Jeff Murphy, you hear him talking about the wrestling tournament coming on in front of our face. Steve Foster here tonight, going to bring you the action with my good friend Dan Sheehan to my right. Mr. Murphy, making me sound smart. He's over to my left, and he sure helps me out a lot.
Boy, that's a full-time job, too, Steve.
Yeah, it is.
I think you need to crank me down just a little bit.
My wife's been trying for 34 years. I don't know what she's accomplished, but I got a great wife, that's for sure. So, but anyway, we got the semis and some wrestlebacks, or consolations as they call them. Two different titles there, but we're going to have fun. Semis will be in the middle. We're at the 2014 NCAA Championships here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in the Chesapeake Arena.
Absolutely.
And we'll set the stage, and I've already got a few of my favorite circled, but you want to just go through weight by weight?
Well, we will. Let's talk for 1 second about,
yes.
So this thing's about as close could be between Penn State and Minnesota and Oklahoma State, just a little bit behind. But you know, all three of those teams have a number of wrestlers, both alive in the championship bracket and alive in the consolation bracket. And then you've got to drop down a ways for Iowa and Cornell. Cornell, let's be honest, they don't have a chance at winning the entire tournament. They got to feel good about being in the top 5. Iowa came in here with designs to win this tournament. I think they got to be a little disappointed at this point. They've lost 3 gentlemen completely out of the tournament, 3 in the semifinals, 4 in the consi. So I got a feeling, Steve, so many times that this tournament is won tomorrow in the consolation rounds, I think this tournament's going to be won tonight in this semifinal round.
Could be true, Jeff Murphy. You're real observant about that. I know you crunch numbers and keep track of a lot of good stuff that we appreciate and feed off all year long. I would tell you, my observation is I think Iowa, to me, like you kind of mentioned there, it's like they lost momentum. After the Big Tens, you know, they really made Penn State literally work for that title. It was not easy. Penn State was fortunate to get out of the Big Ten championship with that trophy, with that championship trophy. But the Hawkeyes have really kind of faltered.
Yeah,
they've lost some guys out of the complete tournament you'd never guess. Moore, Lofthouse. I mean, some of these guys have really bowed out. You didn't think what St. John just lost in the quarterfinals.
That's just it. Lofthouse and Moore completely out of the tournament. Crazy. Lofthouse losing, or St. John's losing in the quarterfinals.
Never guess it.
They're just. I don't know what it is, but you're exactly right. Whether they peaked at the Big Ten tournament, now they're a little bit on the backside of that, whether they just aren't quite in tune with their coaches, but there's something not right there in Hawkeye Land.
Yeah, that's right. They've kind of faltered back just a little bit. They're not looking terrible. They're in fourth place, 42.5 points, but I really thought it'd be a 3 or 4 dog race with Iowa involved, and I really thought that Iowa would be ahead of Minnesota. The way that they were so far, Minnesota was such a distant third there.
Well,
and, the Big Ten's up Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe part of Minnesota's success here is they had to refocus a little bit because they looked really terrible in that semifinal round in Big Tens, and now they've come out here and looked a whole lot better in this tournament. So.
Nelson going for his third for the Minnesota Gophers. We got 3 wrestlers, as I mentioned earlier, going for their third title, and they're all still alive. We'll go by weight. Logan Stieber's the first one.
No,
from
back
Ohio
up.
State.
You're one ahead. Go back away from Logan Stieber. Go to 125. Logan won't beat. Oh, you said 3 guys that are undefeated.
Yeah. No, going for their third national title.
I thought you just jumped ahead in the whole thing. So.
Stieber, Ruth, and Tony Nelson. And Tony Nelson's not only been winning, but he's been pinning some people, so picking up bonus points for the Golden Gophers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But let's go down to 125, Jeff, and let's talk about set up this semifinals. If you want to jump in and talk about it, feel free to. We got it's going to be fun. Illinois, Jesse Delgado's in there against Dylan Peters, the number 1 seed, and then a returning champ is Delgado from Illinois. Peters for UNI, the number 5 seed, and looks real good. He's tough. I'm sure he rolls with Joe Cologne every day, so you're either going to make you or break you, I'm sure. Megalunas, an individual runner-up a couple times here for Penn State. Can he jump that hurdle or not? Well, he's got a tough one in the semifinals because that's the 2 and 3 seed. And that's Nashawn Garrett from Cornell.
Yeah, I look at this bracket, and Garrett and Megalunas be really entertaining. Peters has got to come out and take it to Delgado immediately.
Yeah,
immediately.
Right. Yep.
He's got to force the action from the beginning because Delgado's wanted to get a couple of points ahead, and then Delgado's
score points and then go off for the tag team.
Yep, very contented with just staying away. I think if Peters forces the action, he's got an opportunity. I think if he doesn't force the action, I think it's all Delgado's.
Yeah, I do too. Delgado has a way of getting that lead and hold on to it, and you just can't get it from underneath you. 133.
Yeah, 133, Joe Cologne from Northern Iowa, the number 1 seed versus Tyler Graff from Wisconsin, the 5 seed. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a barn burner because here's 2 seniors that are looking at things going, this is my last hurrah here, I got to get after it. So I think that'll be a really exciting match. If I had to give an edge, I'd give an edge to Cologne. He's the number 1 seed. Wrestled Graff this year, looked good. So I think that's how that'll be a really fun match to watch. On the bottom half of the bracket, Tony Ramos, again, last go-round.
Wow, 3-1. He's close.
Tony hasn't looked good. He hasn't looked like Tony Ramos.
Look crisp. He's just not shooting. And he's got A.J. Shop from Edinburgh, good wrestler, 34-1. Might take on Cologne and Graff. Graff's a seasoned veteran. He seems like he's been around a lot, so he's got a lot of. And like you said, they're both seniors. And Cologne only had 2 years. He was a JUCO champ for Iowa Central. And not only is he from Northern Iowa, but literally from Northern Iowa.
Yep.
Because he's from Clear Lake, Iowa.
And
those that know that geography know he's really from Northern Iowa and the college Northern Iowa.
The other thing about Ramos and Shop is just the simple fact they faced each other once this year, and Shop came out on top. So we'll see how that all works out as well.
Yeah, that'll be fun. 133, 141. We got Henderson, North Carolina, beat Mitchell Port, the number 1 seed from Edinburgh. Big win there for Henderson. Devin Carter, real short season, came in here only 17-0, come back from a hamstring injury, the number 4 seed. I would give the edge to Carter. I don't know that much about Henderson, but obviously he's a good wrestler. You don't make the semifinals in this if you're not a good wrestler. And then down at the bottom, of course, the phenom freshman rematch, 3-peat. I believe this 3rd time they both eat 1-1. Rutherford beat Stieber first. Logan Stieber from Ohio State beat the Penn State freshman the 2nd time in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
As I look at this, I tell you what, Henderson looked really good. That was no fluke when he beat Port. He looked really good. So I look for a real exciting match at the top and would not be surprised to see Henderson maybe come out on top on that.
Good.
And when you look at the bottom half, I think it's all Logan Stever. Stever handled Rutherford so well at the Big Ten finals. I think Stever's on a mission. I think Stever's trying to make a big push in the Hodge Trophy. So Taylor's probably got the inside track, but Stever's going to make him sweat a little bit on the way there.
Yeah, Stever'd have to, or Taylor'd probably have a loss in his docket, but you're right, Stever's a stud. He's going for his third title as a junior. He won it as a freshman against Jordan Oliver, then won it as a sophomore last year against Tony Ramos. 149, Jeff?
So 149, Drake Haudesheld out of Missouri, the number 1 seed versus Alex Surtzis out of Jason Surtzis, out of Northwestern. Absolutely. He's a 5 seed. That's going to be just really, barn burner of a match because Haudesheld has been the number 1 seed for so long, but Surtzis is wrestling so well.
I don't know if they've met. I couldn't tell you for sure.
They have not met this season once.
They did?
I can tell you that for a fact. Northwestern did not see Missouri once.
All right.
I don't think so. I did, in my repertoire, I didn't think they did. We're going to do the national anthem here. So
all right.
bring that to you here. Going to retire the card here too, maybe.
And silent until the colors are retired. And now to honor America and those who protect our freedom both at home and abroad, our national anthem will be performed this evening by Ms. Addison Baker of Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the buckets echoed the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land and the
Okay, you hear him. We got a full house here tonight. I know, Dan, you're enjoying the broadcast today, too, helping us out with all of our technical stuff. I'd like to thank you, Dan, for that.
I do what I can when I can. I guess a degree in IT is not a bad thing to have in your back pocket.
Good job. I appreciate it. And so we're at 149. I don't know. It's kind of sometimes we don't be able to get through all of them. Haudesheld, Surtzis, and then Kindig and Minotti.
Kindig and Minotti, 11 seed versus 15 seed. Kindig looked really good in that quarterfinal match against Sakaguchi. I think Kindig might have the inside track here on his way to the finals. That'd be big for Oklahoma State.
57, Nass, Mr. Dangerous, pinned the number 1 seed in green. I think he baited him. He's got a real tough Ian Miller. Believe it or not, I think Miller's the favorite there. That kid from Kent State of the Golden Flashes, he's a stud. Ian's real good. Record Deringer at Oklahoma State's real good. He's got real Budo. Real Budo beat St. John of Iowa 11-4 handily. That'll be a good match too.
Yep, absolutely. So as we move on to 165, everybody's favorite, David Taylor. 3 falls in the tournament, and he's going to wrestle Stephen Monk, the pinner.
Another pinner.
Yep. So many times you say that a guy can pin a guy who he can't beat.
That happens.
We'll have to see what Monk could do in this whole thing. And then you go to the bottom half of that bracket, and Nick Solzer from Virginia versus Tyler Caldwell out of Oklahoma State, another one of those big Oklahoma State matches that they're going to need if they want to contend in this title.
Yeah, they
and
will.
Caldwell's just had an outstanding season this year. I don't think he's lost to anybody but Taylor.
He's solid. He's just so strong. He's hard to get out of position. He's very Mr. Consistency, I call him. Perry Evans, of course, you got Oklahoma State, Iowa. Anytime you got Oklahoma State wrestling Iowa Hawkeye, it's a showdown. You got Perry, the number 1 seed, returning national champ. Evans finishing for a senior for Iowa Hawkeyes. And then Storley in a barn burner, one of the great matches of the tournament. A win over Kokish in the quarters. And Mr. Howe. Who else but Mr. Howe? He's tough. Andrew Howe. You just got to say that name and everybody just kind of stands up. Tough guy. In your face. Amazing gas tank.
Yeah, I still think you're going to see a Perry Howe final, which will be great. So we'll see how that shakes out.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
184, Jimmy Sheptock from Maryland, number 1 seed. Done a great job in this tournament.
Undefeated.
Yep, he's up against the 13 seed out of this tournament. Someone who probably not a lot of people have heard of coming in here. Steve and I have seen him this year, Jack DeChow. DeChow with a really nice semifinal match, and up against Sheptock. I think maybe he may be a little bit outclassed in that match because Sheptock's just really, really great.
He's a real physical specimen, Sheptock is.
Yeah. In the bottom half, we get the rematch between Gabe Dean and Ed Ruth. Gabe Dean, the only guy outside of the NCAA tournament to beat Ed Ruth in his career.
Amazing
It's going to be
statistic.
an outstanding semifinals match.
Dean beat him. Amusha Stagey, I remember when he beat Ruth. Ruth was a freshman. I'm not even sure the other third, but Amusha Stagey was one of them there too. That's going to be fun. 197, Heflin wins. He had to do a full match last time, and he's going to go against Schiller, who won in a thriller against Gatz, and that went back and forth. I think they beat each other each a couple times, Gatson and Schiller, but Schiller came out on top, so you got the number 1 against the number 4. Then down at the bottom from Virginia Tech, Hokie is Penny, had a big win against Burke of Iowa. He'll be going against another freshman phenom, Mr. Jaden Cox from Missouri Tigers. And
Jaden
Cox and
Cox,
Penny.
really solid wrestler. I was
got
very
takedowns.
I'd not seen him before this tournament in person, and I've been extremely impressed in this tournament.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a MAC champion.
And then we go to the heavyweights.
The big guys.
And as advertised, 3/4 of that top 10 in the heavyweights this year has been out of the Big Ten, and there's no surprise, 3/4 of the finals are out of the Big Ten. So 2-time NCAA champion Tony Nilsson, been on fire the last 2 rounds with 2 falls. He's going to face Bobby Telfer from Iowa. These 2 guys face each other a lot of times over the last few years, and so we'll see if Nilsson can come on top on his quest to get his 3rd NCAA title. And on the bottom half, Adam Chalfont from Indiana versus now. How did he tell us to pronounce that earlier tonight?
Gewandowski,
I believe, and Gewandowski out of North Carolina State, and Chalfont really a sharp-looking wrestler. Gewandowski with an outstanding season, 41-2 coming in.
And I know I've mentioned before, Tom Big Cat Erickson, one of the great all-time great heavyweights of the United States of America, sure likes that Chalfont. So Gewandowski's tough, though. You know, we found out he's rolled with Travell Delagnev some too, so that's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Any.
So if you're listening at home, and one of the things that ESPN won't show you, they'll tell you who the top 10 is. I'm going to tell you who's after that. Missouri's in 11th, followed by University of Northern Iowa in 12th, and Wisconsin in 13th place. Michigan in 14th, Lehigh in 15th, Northwestern also tied for 15th, Iowa State, Nebraska tied for 17th, Indiana for 19, Pittsburgh also tied for 19. So there's your top 20 teams.
Yep.
So give you an idea if your favorite teams in that list, where you stand, and Oklahoma and Illinois tied for 30th, tied for 9th actually.
Yeah.
With 30 points, and the 20th teams, Indiana and Pittsburgh, tied for 20th with 15.5. So there's about 14.5 points separating top 10 and the top 20 right now.
It's a tight race, it really is, and it's a tight race.
So tonight we're going to have 2 semifinal matches, which we'll watch intently and discuss intently as we go through play-by-play, and we'll also try to keep you apprised of what's going on the outside matches. The 4 outside mats will have consolation rounds. We'll have two rounds of consolation. Whoops, you made me really quiet there, Steve. Are you sure? I'm even up. There you go. 2 rounds of consolation. And the first one is the round that allows these wrestlers to become All-Americans. So really, really important round for team score and for the wrestlers themselves. Win this round, you're an All-American.
Oh, it's huge, and these guys can still take 3rd place in the tournament.
Absolutely.
They can go clear down to 3rd place. So, I mean, this stuff's very important. And I see we got Corey Clark. We got Iowa, Oklahoma State in front of us. We got Pitt and Iowa State on mat number 1.
Absolutely.
Iowa State Pitt. So Sandy Stevens making sure people on TV knows that fans love wrestling. Wrestling fans are the best. They're the noisiest. Yep. They're the most passionate fans in the world.
It's gonna be loud in here, I'll tell you what.
That's enough to make the Iranian fans maybe proud to wrestle.
You know, as we look at just setting the stage here on the outside match, we got Zanetta from Pittsburgh and Earl Hall from Iowa State. We got Cody Clark and Eddie Climera from Oklahoma State. You get down on the other end of the mat, and you've got
Cruz from Lehigh.
Yep, Cruz from Lehigh and Terrell from American and Dance from Virginia Tech and Patterson from OU. Again, those matches, those 4 matches, that'll give them the right to become an All-American. So you lose, you go home. You win, you get to wrestle one more time, at least 2 more times. And you will be an All-American if you win in this first round of consolation tonight. So it's critically important, again, from the team score standpoint and just personal pride for these young men out on the mats, because they can go through life and they can always say, I was an All-American.
Yeah, it's big. It's real big. It's real important.
The 2 middle mats, the guys who have made the championship semifinals are already All-Americans. The worst that they can do is 6th place.
Absolutely. That's a very good point, Dan. That is the worst that the 2 can do is 6th place. And so I see wrestlers pacing back and forth everywhere. They say, let's go, folks. It's after 7. I want to get this show on the road. But I'm certain we're waiting for ESPN to bring us up on the TV. So I guess it's perils of television. Well, all those people that are here in person and you listen out in Radio Land and on the internet, you know, that's just one of the hazards I guess we have to have nowadays.
Yeah, it is. That's right. You said it here, Jeff Murphy. You really did. Virginia Tech's going to be red, or Virginia Tech.
Yeah, he's red.
Down there.
On mat 4?
Patterson.
Oh,
down 6,
clear down on 6. I'm sorry.
I think Virginia Tech's green and
Virginia Tech,
Patterson, Oklahoma's red.
Yeah, Oklahoma's red. Yep. All right.
Good song.
We're getting close here, so going to be a whole lot of action going on here in just a minute. So
sometimes these prelims take a little longer because of the TV time. I fell asleep watching this on TV last night. Yes, it might be the first time I ever fell asleep watching the favorite sport in the world, but at the same time, I'd just been broadcasting it. But it was cool to see them replaying it. And we got up this morning and they were replaying it on the TV.
Yep. That's outstanding.
I noticed.
Yep. And as much as I hate to wait, like we all do, it's really nice to see America have the opportunity to watch this great tournament.
Best conditioned, hardest working athletes in the world.
Yeah.
There's no other greater athlete than the wrestler.
So the wrestlers that are in the semifinal round now, the championship bracket, so they'll finish no worse than 2nd place when they win. They've got the 6th place points already up on the board. They'll move from 6th place to the 2nd place points if they win in this round. And I got my notes here. I got to find my notes.
I know we talked about the Delgado-Peters match, and I think whoever starts on that first, Delgado is going to want to try to get those takedowns. What do you got for us there, Jeff Murphy?
So the wrestlers in the semifinal matches, they've already earned 16 points for their team for the 6th place. They'll get another 6 points for each one of these matches for going from a minimum of 6th place to a minimum of 2nd place if they win. They'll also get 1 point for advancement. So this is worth 17 points for each of these wrestlers in the semifinal championship bracket.
It's huge.
For each of these wrestlers in the consolation bracket, if they win here in this next round, they'll get 3.5 points. 3 points because the worst they can finish then is 8. and a half a point for advancement. And then, of course, all the bonus points, the falls, the disqualifications, the forfeits, the tech falls, and major decisions, all that on top of it. But so again, the championship bracket gets a chance for 7 with a win, which can make a big difference in a team score.
It could change stuff
But
fast.
the consolation rounds here are 3.5, so you cannot overlook them at this point in the tournament.
Stuff's big. Every match is important from here on out. So these guys are trying to get advanced individually. It's such an individual sport, but yet at the same time, it's a unique sport because while you're winning individually, you're helping the team as a bigger picture.
Absolutely. So, for example, we got Cody Clark here in front of us, and he's going to face Eddie Clemera from Oklahoma State. Well, if Clemera wins this match, just wins it, he'll get 3.5 team points. Oklahoma State will vault Minnesota because Minnesota does not have a wrestler at 125 pounds. Oklahoma State will jump into second place in the tournament at that point. So, again, really, really important because this team race is tight with the top 3 teams.
There's a pretty good point spread there between Iowa in 4th place with 42.5 and then Oklahoma State in 3rd place with 56. So there's a little bit of distance there between 3rd and 4th. You got your top 3, your trifecta, and then it kind of drops off just a little bit there. Down. So.
Yeah, the Iowa Hawkeyes have their work cut out for them tonight. Not only do they have to win a whole lot, but they got to have a few breaks go their way with a few other people.
We've seen them stage some pretty good fronts where they come back and win all the matches in a row. So.
All right, we're getting ready to roll. The referees are in position. They blow the whistles, and we're off.
Okay, Delgado and Peters over there on Matt. Their score is going to be
Mat 3 right here.
Right in front of us.
We're probably going to have to use a ticker tape up there to see Mat 4.
Yes, we will have to.
Yep.
Over there is Megalunas.
Megalunas and Garrett.
And that's right in front of us up here.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of moved even everything on the...
Kind of scooted things around. We got less mats.
Yeah.
So Delgado trying to score early, just like Jeff Murphy said he'd want to.
Yeah, and Garrett in on a takedown right on the edge. Got Megalunas cradled up, but in no danger of turning him, and they go off the mat. So Garrett with a 2-0 lead here early in the first period.
Cornell would like to get these points too, pass up the Iowa Hawkeyes if they could.
And Delgado in early on a takedown for a 2-0 lead.
Well, that's dangerous. When he gets the lead, he's hard to score on once he's in front of you. So where the points go.
Looks like we must add some kind of a blood timeout or something, or are we looking? Oh, so they've already the Penn State coaches have already thrown the challenge flag. And the referees are reviewing that very first takedown. I think we're a long way away, so we could be off, but it sure looked like a takedown to me. He had him cradled up on the edge of the mat.
A couple of shots here by Corey Clark. Another one in here on the Oklahoma State Kellemer. And Clark trying to cover the hips here, but no takedown. And Delgado still leads Dylan Peters from Northern Iowa 2-0. Minute 48 seconds go in the first period. Just 25 seconds of riding time in favor of Delgado. And they're still reviewing Megalunas and Garrett, is that right?
Yeah, but it didn't take them very long to do so. It looks like the referees are back, and the referees have decided that it was 2. So the call stands up, and we resume the action. And Megalunas with a caution. Referee resets him, blows the whistle, and Megalunas immediately up to his feet, got his hands out, and Garrett takes him back to the mat.
So now it takes Hall down, leads 2-0. Lamera and Clark, they've both taken a couple shots apiece, and no score down here between Iowa and Oklahoma State. And Garrett will start on top, Megalunas on the bottom. They're in the first period. Everything's still in the first period. A lot of getting some riding times, almost over the minute, is Delgado from Illinois.
Yep, and Megalunas escapes, so he's up on his feet. That score is now 2-1. As we let's see, gotta get time. 2 minutes left in the first period.
Yep. And right now Delgado's going to start. Clark's in on a good shot here against Clemera of Oklahoma State, trying to get the legs in. Does he get 2? He does with that leg.
Yep.
Coming across the top. Earl Hall gets an escape for Iowa State against the Netta Pitt.
Yep. And Dylan Peters with a 2-point reversal on Delgado. So sorry about that. Looking at one thing, Cena. So now that score is 3-2 in favor of Delgado.
So I got to walk over to the Coliseum this morning with Mark Schwab, and those Schwabies are doing a good job. They're firecrackers out of Osage, Iowa, home of the Green Devils, the Osage Green Devils. They both won a lot of state titles for that high school of Osage, Iowa. Schwab's coaching for Northern Iowa. Delgado gets the release. Now we're all tied up, guys, 3-3.
Yep. Garrett and Megaludis. Megaludis with the escape, so Garrett leads 2-1 in that match.
And Toro and Cruz, I think, are tied, and so is
oh boy, look at this.
Steve Patterson's tied up.
Delgado and Peters just all tied up. Looks like Peters is riding and piggyback backwards.
Yeah, shoelace to shoelace. Delgado coming down at the back door, trying to come around for two, and he does.
Yeah.
So last year's NCAA champion scores another two.
Yeah. We come down
to go for another title, Jeff.
Come down to the end of the first period here between Corey Clark and Eddie Clamera, and Clark up 2-0 going into that second period.
Clark will start on top. 3-3 now between Hall and Zanetta. So a lot of fireworks going on down there.
Yep. Jared Patterson leads Dance from Virginia Tech. I'm sorry, all tied up 3-3.
Tied up there between Dance and Patterson. Patterson being around for a long time here for the Oklahoma Sooners.
All right, so we start the second period between Peters and Delgado. Peters in the up position, Delgado down.
Terrell and Cruz, have they scored a point yet down there? I don't think so, between Lehigh and American.
No. Delgado out early, so that score now is Delgado 6, Peters 3.
Delgado's got a lot going for him. He's got quite a repertoire of moves.
Yep.
And he goes to his bag of tricks when he needs them, and then he kind of rests on his lures. But not the case here. He's doing a lot of shooting here in this semifinal match.
Yep. Delgado in on a leg.
Peterson over the top. Dylan Peters really looking tough there for you and I.
Earl Hall with a big takedown on Pitt, on the Zanetta from Pitt. He leads 5-4 right now.
Got to try to bring him down. Got to try to ride him or bring him down. He's getting a little bit high. What is there, 6 seconds to go at the end of the period there. He doesn't want to let him go now if he can. Zanetta, tough kid for Pitt.
Yep. And Delgado with another takedown, so Delgado now out to an 8-3 lead over Peters.
Corey Clark is also up 4-1 and halfway through the first period.
Yeah.
4-1 there in favor of the Iowa Hawkeye over to Oklahoma State Cowboy. Cowboy gets out, makes it 4-2.
Yeah, we got a timeout down there on the other semifinal match. Garrett from Cornell with a 2-1 lead over Megaludis from Penn State. And that match is just finished the first period, so they'll get started here in a second. I believe referees are looking at the score again. So
and Cruz actually is up on Terrell from American 1-0. So actually tied up. Terrell gets out, so they're all tied up 1-1. Still, 3-3 down there between Patterson and Vance.
Peters gets the escape, so it's 8-4 now. Peters and Delgado. Delgado in the lead. And we start the second period with Garrett down. Megaludis up, and we get a caution right off the bat, and caution against Megaludis.
Jumping on top for Penn State Nittany Lion. Wrestling Cornell, real good looking sophomore there for Coach Rob Cole.
So Garrett gets to his feet, and they go all the way to the edge, and Megaludis pushes him off the edge, so they'll restart back in the center of the mat. Delgado
has doubled the points of Peters right now, 8-4 in favor of last year's national champion.
8-4, and going into the third period. Peters starts down in the third period.
Hall's down. Well, he's actually tied because of riding time. Zanetta just got 1 minute and 2 seconds of riding time.
Yeah.
Stall warning against Illinois or Delgado. He got hit for stall warning. So.
Yeah. 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the match, and Garrett out with the escape. So Garrett takes a 3-1 lead with 1 minute 37 seconds left in period 2 of that semifinal match.
Delgado cuts Peters. Now it's 8-5.
Yep.
See if he puts on his track shoes.
Delgado also with the riding time right now.
1:33 of riding time for Delgado. There's his track.
Yep. You're going to see him run for a minute and 22 seconds.
He's good at it.
You know, I mean, it's one thing that I like to see the fact that he's not taking anything away from the young man, but stand there and
He
fight,
took a shot,
Stand there and fight.
He's going to take just enough shots to try to stay in that referee's head, maybe.
That's right.
Of course, Peters, it's up to him. It's his responsibility to bring it. So Earl Hall gets up and out, so he escapes. He's up
6-4. Really nice scramble.
Oh, there he goes.
Hall's got him cradled up over here in the consolation match. We'll see if Hall can turn him.
Pick up some bonus points. Maybe
Two
Hall.
points and Zanetta with the big bridge.
He's eating up time, so.
All right, it's 5-4 now. The Cowboy
8-4. Hall's up. What do you got here?
Clamara's coming back in this match. 38 seconds left, and Clamara got 2 for a takedown, and now he's trying to turn Clark, but Clamara's going to be a little short here. It's 5-4. He's behind 5-4 right now.
Yep, leads Magalunas 5-4. Hall up 8-5 with a big throw move. 5 seconds to go, so Hall will move on for Iowa State, possibly. He does, and so he's an All-American round.
All-American.
For Iowa State Cyclones.
Very nice.
Got taken down, so it is 5-1 in favor of Cornell.
5-1 in favor of Garrett for Cornell, and 8-5, and Clamara in on a big takedown. Clamara takes the lead, or ties it up 6-6 now.
8 seconds to go. Going to get a stall.
Hanging on an ankle, and Clark is.
Gotta be a stall.
Stalemate. Call a stalemate. Referee does. All right, 3 seconds to go in that.
Going to be into a sudden victory here unless Clark can kick out of this somehow.
Yeah.
So.
And Clamara hanging in there, and Clamara knocks Clark out in the round of 12.
Oh, overtime.
Overtime. I'm sorry. Overtime. You're exactly right. All right, so
Delgado just won his match, 9-6. He's going into the finals.
Yep. Delgado moves on. Dance is leading Patterson down there, I believe, 6-5. So.
And Garrett ahead in the other semifinal match, 5-1, going into the third period. And an extremely exciting match right in front of us.
It is
Clamara in on the double leg, but Clark's got him wrapped up, got his arms tight. I'm not sure anybody's going to get anything from this.
30 seconds to go.
And the referee calls a stalemate, 33 seconds left. Meanwhile, Garrett's just riding Megaludis tough in this third period.
Virginia Tech wins down there. Dance beats Patterson from Oklahoma. Dance is victorious 6-5. So he moves on. Hall moved on. I'm trying to fill in my brackets as we go here.
All right, so Megaludis and Garrett, minute 38 seconds left. Megaludis down, Garrett up. Garrett up by 4 points, up 5-1.
He's up quite a bit.
Yep.
This Clark Killimer.
Yep.
It's a real match, guys.
Garrett's also got a minute and 4 seconds of riding time, minute and 10 seconds of riding time. But Megaludis gets out to 5-2 down there now. 11 seconds in this consolation round match in the sudden victory. No wrestler is really, after that tie-up, never really even tried anything other than
It
just
seems
hand
like
fighting.
Clark's kind of been taking the action here against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, but we're going to do a ride-out now.
Megaludis in on a takedown, and Megaludis scores 2. He's made that 5-4 now, but Garrett's got the riding time. Megaludis could tick that off here in just a second.
The riding time.
He's
so
counting it down to a minute really quickly here.
That'd be important. Megaludis heading back.
Got a minute and 4 seconds. Garrett's got to ride him for Megaludis got to ride him for 5 seconds, and then he's got to figure out what he's going to do with a minute left in that match.
Cruz leads Terrell from American, so Lehigh trying to win a match down there 3-2. Clark trying to get a kick out here.
Yep. Clamara's got that ankle and hanging on to him. Clark trying everything to get away, and Clamara can hang on. Clark keeps turning back in. Clark now pulling away.
Stall wanted. The Hawks do.
Referee, he's hanging on that ankle, and 3-2, and he calls a stall, but 2 seconds left. Gives a point. Gives a point to Clark. That's the first time in this tournament I think I've seen a referee call a stall in that position.
And probably not the first time it should have been. Megaludis in on the shot, guys.
Megaludis in on a takedown.
What you see is what you get. The riding time's gone for Garrett.
6-4. If Megaludis can get this takedown, he's going to tie it up. He's going to tie it up. Will he finish it? He's right on the edge of the mat. Not quite yet. Oh, and Clark gets out of it. Clark gets out of it, but the referee calls referee calls Garrett for stalling.
Wow, Garrett's been tough. Stalling's up 6-4, 11 seconds to go.
Yep, absolutely. Megaludis just going as hard as he can go, but Garrett's just going to fend him off, and the clock ticks down to 0.
A lot of hand fighting there. Big win for Cornell.
Yep.
Coach Rob Cole and the Big Red out of Ithaca, New York.
Yeah, so 7 points for Cornell. That vaults them over the Iowa Hawkeyes into 4th place.
Big tussle here to Clark. Oh, defensive ball maybe.
Clemera trying to turn Hall, but he doesn't get it done for Clark. Clark picks Clemera up, drops him back
deep
to
in on the waist is Clark. So Clark's up 7-6.
Yeah, 8 seconds left in the match.
Corey Clark riding tough on top for Iowa. So we got a fresh start, 3 seconds.
I tell you what, this has been an exciting match.
It has been an awesome match.
7-6 in favor of Clark.
Yeah, it has been.
Clemera's got 3 seconds to get out of here. He's got to just blow it out on the whistle.
He better kick it.
Or he's going to lose.
Yeah, he better kick it. Oh, nice little
almost
reach behind.
Not enough time. Clark wins it. And the coaches from Oklahoma State are livid. Just livid.
That one call, so
livid. But that was tough from Oklahoma State. I'm telling you what, that'd go a long way towards them trying to
overcome the team race.
Absolutely. Eric Guerrero going to say something to the ref, and John Smith grabs him and says, "Let's go back to the locker room."
Man,
Good choice by John.
I've never seen Eric Guerrero mad like that before.
By the way, you guys, Thorne has been on Mango or no, it's not Mango. Thorne has to wrestle.
Thorne, yeah, it's Mango. Ryan Mango.
Yeah.
Yep, Ryan Mango and John Thorne right in front of us.
Coming up, and then over there it's Brewer.
Yep, Cody Brewer and Rossi
Bruno.
Yep,
so Brewer from Oklahoma has been on a tear.
Yep, Brewer up 8-1 now over Bruno. And
Brewer just got Bruno on his back. It's the battle of the brews.
The brews.
The Bruno against the Brewer.
It's a brouhaha over there.
It's a brouhaha. Brewer had that big win, of course, earlier today against Morrison.
Yep. So
from Oklahoma State.
Brewer 12-1 now. 12-1.
This is going to be an interesting matchup between Thorne and Mango. Thorne is very dangerous from a throwing position, but Mango has a world of Greco experience, with his brother being the 2-time Olympian at 55 kilograms of Greco-Roman.
See if Mango can get in on these legs. He's that Greco-Roman, like Danny Sheehan just mentioned, a lot of upper body wrestling. So we'll see if Mango can keep up with Thorne or not. So the higher seeded wrestler is officially Thorne.
So when we look at that championship round, the one wrestler with consequence in there from the team race was Megaludis, and he lost. So there's no change. That was really...
Oh, Mango's got double overs locked up tight against Thorne. Let's see if he can convert. Oh, no.
And that was a big break for Minnesota, because with no wrestler at that 125-pound class, Penn State not able to gain any more of a lead there.
Yeah, so that didn't help the Nittany Lions any, because like you said, I don't think they're 25-pounder qualified. So
no. So that didn't help the Nittany Lions at all. The Iowa Hawkeyes picked up some ground, but so did Cornell, the Big Red, with their win on the championship matches. So Cornell moves into the number 4 spot, a half a point ahead of Iowa. And Oklahoma State misses a chance to vault into second place and really in contention in this thing with that loss, Clemera to Clark. So
Brew up over Bruno, 12-2 now. Boy, he's just been on him like honey, like a bee on honey. He's just really been. He said Bruno on his back, I don't know how many times, but right from the get-go, right at the first 10 seconds, he took him down and threw him on his back. And it's been a Brewer in the battle of the Brewhaws down there. Yep. Oklahoma is Brewer, and Michigan is Bruno.
Oh, Mango has a beautiful body lock right here. He's going to be dangerous from this position.
Lock it up. This is his Greco-Roman.
Oh, and he lost it.
Stuff.
What?
So.
Yep, Thorne doing a good job of defending against him.
Kind of blocking off with that hand, Thorne is, from Minnesota.
So you'll get a lot of extended play-by-play here on some of these semifinal round consolation matches while we wait for the TV to catch up, because they'll only start both of the semifinal championship brackets at the same time, and there's got to be a little commercial.
Now
in
leg
between.
shot by Mango. Some big leg shot here by Mango going on. Meanwhile, down at the far end, we got a match going on too.
Cash Karoga and Roth from Central Michigan, and Beckman from Lehigh, and Gray from Cornell.
I think Karoga's green.
Yeah, Karoga's
Roth is red.
Yep, Beckman's green and Gray is red.
Thank you, sir. Helps me from this distance, believe it or not. So
we got a little blood time out here.
Brewer wins big, gets bonus points for Oklahoma, and they're in 10th place. So that'll move them up here.
Yep.
Jump Edinburgh probably, shouldn't they?
Yep. Got another big Oklahoma State match now. We're going to see Colica from Oklahoma State and Durso from Franklin and Mary out here.
Durso's done good for Franklin and Mary. He really has done a good job. Mango right here, kind of stalking Thorne in on a shot. Mango, nice leg grab there. All Thorne covers his hips, takes it down, and the Golden Gophers is straight across or on their feet.
Thorne does a good job. Some guy just stole my cup.
Minnesota. How's that happen?
I don't know. Anyway.
Shows what place media has, right? In authority.
I think he is too. So. Anyway, a lot of exciting matches going on right now in the consolation round. All of them 0-0 except for this match in front of us where Thorne's out to a 2-0 lead.
And Karoga and Roth, they're all 0-0 like you say. You got Beckman and Gray from Cornell 0-0. And then on map 5. 2-0 here, Thorne leads. Getting ready for our semifinals. It's going to be fun. Cologne against Graf. You and I against Wisconsin. And I can't help but get silly with the Northern Iowa thing because I know where Clear Lake is. So he's really from Northern Iowa.
Absolutely.
Just south of the Minnesota border for the people up there in the great cold country, as we call it up there.
Yep.
And then Tony Ramos and AJ Shop will be a good one down here. We got the Hawkeye against Edinburgh. Fighting Scott, Edinburgh right now at 30.5 points in 9th place. Hawks in 5th with 46. Corey Clark just gave Iowa some more points, and I think they've already put them up there.
Yeah, they did. In fact, they're keeping up really nicely on the points because Oklahoma's points just went up for that Brewer match. So,
up to 8th.
So things are happening almost in real time tonight, which is really exciting to see. We'll keep all the viewers, all the listeners up to date on the score.
Right now, Thorne trying to kick out. Mango, nice job jumping on his opponent. Malone and Graf, here we go, guys.
We have both of our semifinal matches just underway with the wrestlers in the grasp, immediately trying something. No points yet, but big tie-up between Shop and Ramos.
Shop in on a single leg on Ramos. He has him hopping.
Graf has Cologne kind of in trouble. He throws. Now, is there a takedown there or not? Well, they gave it to Tyler Graf, so got to watch the knees on Cologne. His one leg, boy, I tell you.
Shop now all the way down on that ankle with Ramos sort of fighting him off.
2 more backs.
Yeah, and Mark
Schwab,
Doug Schwab goes out and throws a challenge flag and says, I don't even think that was a takedown, no less back.
Yeah, so now, wow, Barry Davis on the other side. The one thing the two coaches have in common, they've won national championships with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Barry Davis, a 3-time national champ back in the day for Iowa, Wisconsin's head coach, and then Doug Schwab won title for the Hawkeyes as well.
So Tony Ramos and AJ Shop, been on the edge of the mat forever.
Wow.
All tangled up in a pretzel, and finally the referee says, you know what, let's just stop and go back to the set.
Yeah, kind of shoelace to shoelace. They're starting over. I'm sure Ramos would like to get a little revenge with Shop winning earlier on in the close one in the duel.
Yep.
So,
minute and 40 seconds left in the first period.
Ramos, big shot there for Tony Ramos.
Yeah.
Shop is so long and tall. He has so much length.
Ramos in on that leg, but Shop's got that whizzer in, kind of a halfway whizzer in.
Or to reach that other, look at Ramos, look at that other leg. He says, hold it, that's in another county.
Yeah.
I better try a tight waist here.
Yeah, absolutely. Ramos trying to come up and spin behind him. Shop doing a good job of keeping that other leg out of the way. Oh, Shop tries a move and goes to his back, but he comes out okay.
I think he's done that before.
Yeah.
It's like he wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
He just kept rolling.
He comes out okay. He's got Ramos's legs and
all tied up.
They're back in that pretzel again that they've been in for most of this match.
Durso from Franklin and Mary doing a good job against the Oklahoma State Cowboy guys. 5-0 down there.
All right, so Shop and Ramos, 53 seconds left. Referee says, let's go back to no, must have some blood. I think Ramos has got a little blood on him. So
this is the first time that Joe Cologne has been down in this tournament. The call stands.
2-2 against Graff. I could possibly see the takedown, but I don't know if I saw the back points there. So Graff, real seasoned veteran, been around for a long time. Cologne, a national champion already. Cologne has, but it was in the JUCO. It wasn't in the D1.
So Graff just doing a phenomenal job. Whoops, just as I say that, Cologne gets out for an escape.
Yeah, 2 seconds before riding time, Graff had his 58 seconds of riding time for Tyler Graff of Wisconsin.
The scary thing is with both these guys, they both have the firepower to hit big moves.
Yes, they do. Right now, Stanford's Mango Terrell's Thorne down here. He's going to have to attack. 1 minute to go in the third and final period, so riding time won't be a difference maker. Ramos, Shop, any takedown yet?
No, just a lot of hand fighting, and there's 25 seconds left in that match, and 0-0 is the score. 25 seconds left in the first period, excuse me.
Right. Okay, Kuroga, let's see what color.
Oh, the Oklahoma State guy looks
Kuroga
like he's going to get majored here. It's 8-0 in the...
Durso from Franklin and Mary.
Oh, he's been working this guy.
Durso wants to be an All-American for Franklin and Mary. Considering he's their only entry, he kind of carries the torch.
Be big for him with it. Not sure where they're at in the team race, but I know who scored all the points.
All right, so that's the end of the first period between Shop and Ramos, 0-0.
Wow, no score. Cologne up on his feet. He's dangerous on these overhooks. He likes to
Shop
take
says,
charge.
I'm going to take the top. Shop takes the top.
Yeah, Shop on top. So we'll see what happens. Got a stalemate between Graff and Cologne.
Yeah.
Mango's just really chasing Thorne around. Thorne's going to be victorious, guys. So there he's heading on to an All-American.
All right, that's a big deal for
Stanford's Mango. Didn't quite get her done. 3-1's the final score. Minnesota gets another win, and that helps them in the team points.
Absolutely. Down on mat
They catch
number...
Penn State?
Down on mat number 6 now. Vaith from Hofstra and Lazor from UNI on the mat.
Minnesota Gophers are happy, and Cologne.
Yep, that'll move Minnesota. Like you said, Steve, they'll be 1.5 points ahead now of Penn State.
I'm not sure if they've led the tournament yet or not. I mean, I know they've been up there in the running,
They have.
technically. Have they up for a little bit?
The beginning of this day by 0.5 point.
That thing's shuffled around between those few people.
All right, still 0-0 between Shop and Ramos. Minute 22 seconds left in the second period.
Cologne, I like the way Cologne wrestles. He just kind of stalks his opponent, you know, as Graff gets a leg. Trying to get a kick out. Oh, big takedown there by Tyler Graff for the Wisconsin Badgers, and a tight waist ride by the seasoned senior.
All right, so right in front of us we've got Dardanes. That'd be Chris Dardanes from Minnesota versus Mitchell Port from Edinburgh. So the number 1 versus the number 6 seed are wrestling for the right to become an All-American.
Wow, shows what kind of tournament it is, guys. Yep, Mitchell Port, I don't think he had lost, right, to this tournament. I think he was one of our other undefeated people, Taylor, Shiptalk, and Port. I'm pretty sure with the 3 undefeats. So, yeah.
And he's taking it to Dardanes. He's really banging his head.
Yeah. So we see Shop and Ramos still with a 0-0 score, but Shop's got 1 minute and 20 seconds of riding time, and it's climbing.
Graff
38
really
seconds
riding.
left.
He's riding Cologne tough. And I would tell you right now, 6-2, Tyler Graff now leads Cologne. So Cologne needs a big throw or a move or a takedown. He's got to get some offense going. Right now it's just been takedowns for Graff with 2 back points, another takedown, then just a couple escapes by Cologne. Graff has filmed Cologne, you notice how he kind of doesn't want to tie up with him.
Yep, he's seen that.
He says, I know this guy, he'll throw you on your back real fast. Joe Cologne. Big shot there by Graff. Big double underhooks by Cologne. Now this is where he's dangerous. If he can control your head and get that underhook, he can get you in trouble. 2-on-1. Now kind of got the Russian tide, the 2-on-1 Russian tide there by Cologne against Graf.
All right, so Shop rides Ramos out for the entire second period, 2 minutes of riding time. And we get to the third period, and Ramos says, I think we'll start up on our feet.
Yep.
So,
right.
So still a 0-0 score.
A lot of riding time.
Riding time.
Full period's worth of riding time, 2 minutes.
Oh, and
That's big.
Port
Mitchell
coming
Port.
around, yeah.
Wow.
2-point takedown. Now he leads Dardanes 2-0 in the first period.
Something you don't see every day. Ramos getting ridden out for a full 2 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't get it written out very much. Good observation by Danny Sheehan. Thank you, Dan. And I'll tell you what, just shows how he uses that leverage. He's so tall, tremendously tall, lanky for a 133-pounder. I'm sure it frustrates his opponent too. I'm sure Ramos is frustrated. There's more than one time he was in on a leg, but he just can't reach that other one.
So once again, Ramos in on a leg.
Can he
got
get
an
the
ankle.
And then
Shop
there goes that tuck and roll.
Yep, takes a dive and twists around.
Done that before
Makes
already.
a pretzel, and he just keeps rolling and twisting until the referee calls potentially dangerous.
It's a nice little effective trick he does.
Absolutely.
Just goes into that somersault. It's not even really a standing Grammy necessarily. It's more of a somersault.
As long as he doesn't get caught on his back. Because he
Yeah,
goes
right.
to his back.
Well, I'm sure Ramos would love to settle in on
yeah,
there.
boy, if there was a
Go
way.
chest to chest with him.
Yeah.
I just think he's too long for Ramos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Dan.
So a minute left in the match. 0-0 score. Shop with the riding time advantage.
And a lot of it too.
Cannot
Sweep
cannot
by
erase it.
Ramos attempt. Oh, that
Ramos.
foot sweep was effective.
Yep. But there's Shop.
He's got a limp arm out of that. Ramos does.
Shop
Big whizzer.
Yep, big whizzer. But you know, we've seen this about 4 times this match. Now Ramos goes to the head.
On his back.
Ramos leverages him over.
He's trying to pin him. Does Tony Ramos pin him or not? AJ Shop
Got Shop on his back.
Big and rigid. He's got his elbow up. Ramos going for bonus points to end the win if he can. There's officially 16 seconds left in the third and final period.
Ramos knows it.
Ramos trying to go for the fall if he can. Wow, AJ Shop goes down big to Tony.
Boy, and the coaches are over in the other coach's corner yelling at him. The Edinburgh coach is really hot.
He's on fire. Big win there by Tony. He's come up short each time.
Yep,
Once
Ramos.
to Logan Stieber.
Shop was in the driver's seat all the way to that final move that Ramos did.
Once to Logan Stieber and the other two, Jordan Oliver. Tony Ramos in the final. So meanwhile, Cologne has brought it to 6-4. But is that it, guys? Look at your clock.
Graf versus Ramos, Big Ten rematch.
Yeah, that's it. Tyler Graff with a 6-4 win.
Ramos, Cologne loses. I'd like to see a Ramos-Cologne rematch, but that's not going to happen because Mr. Tyler Graff of the Wisconsin Badgers defeated Cologne 6-4. I just heard that Northern Iowa hadn't had a national champion since Tony Davis. Do you remember Tony?
I remember Tony Davis well.
Tony the Tiger.
That was back in the early 2000s somewhere.
Yeah.
2001 maybe?
Kyle Klingman's dad and mom just informed me of that as we were talking.
Very
All right.
good freestyler.
So we've got Chris Dardanes and Mitchell Port right here in front of us. Dardanes are Port up 5-0 on Dardanes. And we've got Kendrick Maple and Arthur from Clarion, I believe, over on mat number 1. That's a 0-0 score early in the first period. Lazor from UNI and Vaith from Hofstra, that's a 0-0 score as they move into the second period. And Stephen Dutton III from Michigan out to a 2-0 score over Preston from Harvard.
We see who won down there between Roth and Kuroga.
I did not, Steve, I'm sorry. Too much action on the main mat.
There wasn't there? Gray and Beckman.
I didn't see either one of them.
And either I'm not sure if they'll be running something up here that'll help us out or not.
Yeah, I'm sure when they come back and wrestle in the next round of Consolation, we'll find out.
Yeah, big shot here by Dardanes, but he's down 5-0 against Mitchell Port.
Yep, and Kendrick
Number 1
Maple,
seed.
I'm sorry, Steve. Kendrick Maple with the 2-0 lead on Arthur from Clarion.
Mitchell Port came in here 28-1, the number 1 seed for Edinburgh. He went down to Henderson in North Carolina. He'll be coming up pretty quick here against Evan Carter. Semifinal match. Riding the arm tough here is Mitchell Port. Boy, this kid's for real. He's tough. I don't get to see the Edinburgh kids wrestle as much as I'd like to. And he shows that he didn't just get the number 1 seed because he was just making weight.
Absolutely.
He's got Dardanes all wrapped up, man. So kind of a jeopardy move there, maybe with the shoulder, potentially dangerous there.
Yeah.
Referee says. So they're going to bring him back. Dardanes looks to check, make sure his arm's still connected to his body.
Yeah, because that would look like it hurt.
Oh man, he'll feel that when he's 50 years old. Promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll come back in about 30 years.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
So we've got Kendrick Maple still with a 2-0 lead. Maple had Arthur on his back, but referee said he flipped through and rolled through and no points. And Joey Lazor from Northern Iowa up 1-0 now in the 3rd period over Vaith from Hofstra.
I gotta believe if Cologne would have won, it might have catapulted Northern Iowa back up in the top 10 possibly, but that was a tough loss for him. Northern Iowa came into here this session anyway.
So Penn
12th, so that would have been very important.
Yep, Penn State at 62.5 points, Oklahoma State at 56, and Minnesota at 62.5, Penn State at 61, Oklahoma State at 56, and Cornell at 46.5.
And Cologne wins that, they're in 7th.
Yeah, but Iowa, I don't think has Ramos's points up there. That'll vault them up to 53 points when that time comes. That'll move them back into 4th place ahead of Cornell. And there's Mitchell Port, the winner, 8-0 over Dardanes. So neither one of the Dardanes brothers make All-American status this year. They all fall just short.
Wow, just within 1, both those brothers.
Yeah. So Minnesota in the lead, but temporarily they do not get any points out of Dardanes.
It's going to hurt them a little bit.
A lot. Both of them were both ranked in the top 5.
And here's Penn State's chance to vault back into the lead with James English in front of us. English versus Zach Niebert from Virginia Tech.
Niebert, tough kid, just getting started here. I think Kendrick Mable's still up down there, 6-2, is that right?
That's correct. And Joey Lazor, as time ticks out in the 3rd period, and Lazor still up 1-0. That match almost finished here. 2 seconds, 1.
Wow.
And there it is. Joey Lazor from UNI, All-American.
Big for the Panthers. That'll help them out some.
And also down on the far end, Steve, we have Scott Sakaguchi and Daniel Habit from Edinburgh. So Sakaguchi from Oregon State and Habit from Edinburgh. And
easy
Habit's
for you
up,
to say.
Yeah, I know. Habit's up 2-0 after my tongue's about tied up after 2 days.
Yeah. Habit and Sakaguchi.
Yeah.
Preston and Dutton the 3rd. Did we see who won that one?
I didn't see who
Stephen
won.
Dutton the 3rd.
They flashed it up and it was gone before I knew it.
Okay. Maple leads Arthur still, 6-2.
Yeah.
20 seconds go in the 2nd period. 1 minute and 41 seconds of riding time in favor of Kendrick Maple.
Yeah.
As my voice slowly changes from all this talking.
Absolutely. As we fade off into the sunset and our wrestling season draws to a close. Thank goodness. James English.
Take them early.
It's big.
Yeah. So 2-0 lead for English with 1 minute and 18 seconds left in the 1st period.
Kendrick Maple up 6-2. 3rd and final period for Maple, returning national champion, up 141 pounds.
Oh, but James English in trouble now. Niebert turns and gets a 2 reversal.
Niebert did that with a knee bend, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did, and now Niebert trying to load him up and tilt him, but English will have none of that.
2-on-1 wrist ride.
Yeah. So, Evan Henderson, Devin Carter from Virginia Tech, Evan Henderson, North Carolina State, they're underway. And Rutherford and Stieber with the rubber match of the 3.
Yeah, here we go. Stieber and Rutherford. Rutherford, a real good-looking true freshman. Not a red shirt, but he was wrestling in high school last year, guys.
Absolutely.
He's in the semifinals of the big dance, wrestling for
Carter in a nice single leg.
Henderson, yeah. Carter in there against Henderson of North Carolina.
Yeah, but Carter's in on the single leg, but he hasn't finished it yet. Henderson doing a good job of fighting him off.
Oh, good hips.
Yep, Carter switches to almost a double and takes him down.
It's an all ACC battle.
Tell you what, the ACC could end up being the Big 12. I think they might combine. Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Combine it. It may be a year out, I believe.
Yeah.
If it would take place.
At least for the championship matches to qualify for the NCAA tournament. I'm not sure that their football teams are going to want to come play on.
Right, yeah. And I'm not sure how the dueling will
I'm not sure we want to play their basketball team. So that might all work.
It might all balance out just real good.
If you notice, Zane Rutherford has his hands a lot lower than what he normally does against Logan.
Yeah, he does. So he's done some film watching. Big deep shot there by Stieber.
As I say that, what does he do? He gets taken down.
Yeah, low ankle attack there by Logan Stieber of Ohio State. Takes the lead now 2-0.
And Devin Carter's in on another shot.
Rutherford's up and out already, though, so 2-1 for Rutherford.
2-1 on both of our championship matches right now. Carter and Henderson both on their feet.
Like Jeff Murphy mentioned earlier, it's a rubber match. These two, between Stieber and Rutherford, have both beaten one another each.
Yep.
Stieber with the more recent one, being in the finals of the Big Ten.
And probably the more impressive of the two. It was a 0-0 tie until sudden victory in the duel, and Rutherford got the takedown on Stieber. Stieber went out and just systematically took him apart at the Big Ten tournament.
I love the way Rutherford sprints back to the center of the mat. Rick Maple, last year's 141 NCAA champion, wins 7-1 with 1 minute 42
Devin
seconds
Carter,
riding
another
time.
takedown with the bar on the left side, trying to get him over, and he's getting counts. He's getting swipes.
Yeah, Carter with the takedown. Got him on his back.
Logan gets another takedown on the other semifinal match. He's up 4-1 now.
So Carter will have a 7-1 lead.
He's looking for the fall at this point.
Got a ways to go. He's going to have to adjust to get that shoulder down. Yep. And Henderson scoots out. Carter's pretty high right now. A little bit of a dangerous position.
Abbott, I think, trails Sakaguchi from Oregon State down there. I think Sakaguchi leads Abbott right now, 3-2.
So there's the 3. So 7-1 in favor of Carter from Virginia Tech. Carter's also got 1 minute 11 seconds of riding time as they move into the second period.
English from Penn State gets a reversal. He is up 4-2 now, right at the end of the second period.
And Stieber up 4-1 here. 19 seconds go in the first period.
Niebert leaning back into him, but time runs out. So 4-1, 7-1. Both matches now in. Nope, I guess they're still finishing up period 1 between Stieber and Rutherford. A little behind on that one.
A little slower match. Carter.
All right, Henderson out with an escape, and immediately shoots in on a single leg.
He realizes, hey, I'm down by 5. I got to get going here. So smart wrestling
Stieber's
by
about to turn
him.
He was about to. Whoops, sorry about that, guys.
Stieber nice and tight, but time runs out over there.
Sorry about that.
4-1 in the first period, getting end of the first period, ready to start the second. Stieber says, let's both start on our feet.
Devin Carter doing a good job just taking this Henderson's takedown attempt kind of out of his domain. He's just kind of dictated the action there towards the end. He's dictating the match too, actually 7-2. 1 minute 20 seconds go in the second period. 1 minute 21 seconds of riding time in favor of Devin Carter from Virginia Tech, who was out most of the year this year with hamstring injury.
I just think he's coming back so refreshed compared to some of the other guys.
You know, sometimes the whole season's hard on you. You know, you get more injuries and take its toll.
It's kind of like what Tony Nelson did when Minnesota says take a couple of weeks off and then come back to us.
Yeah, exactly, That's what they did. Look at Nelson. He's pinning everybody in the semifinals tonight.
So English in kind of a precarious position in this consolation match.
Oh, if he slips the shoulders, he's going to get 2 right here.
Niebert trying to. They're in a giant pretzel here.
I'll tell you what, they are shoelace to shoelace, twisting and turning down here in front of us as Carter gets another takedown and goes up 9-2.
Rutherford in on a low ankle with Siebert, but he's not got the points yet. Siebert fights him off and comes around behind, and if he takes
get his own 2. No, shouldn't have gave him 2 yet.
Yeah, that wasn't
2 and 1. That was not a takedown.
Clearly not 2 and 1, and the coaches from Penn State are not happy.
Flagging that one.
That's clearly not 2 and 1. And I can see it over here. So the referee says, I'll go take a look.
And they're using the flag. Sometimes the flag's not necessary.
I don't know. I think the secondary ref says we need to take a look because...
White flag is a referee's call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was a takedown. They just showed up on the screen again. Hopefully they'll do it more than once, the replay. But
so we've got 49. We're in sudden victory, by the way, down here between English and Niebert for the right to become an All-American.
Devin Carter.
Referees have just decided.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Not too often do the referees like to admit their fault.
No.
Did you notice that, Jeff?
No, but maybe they will on this one. I think they just about have to.
I wish they'd just be honorable and say truth is truth.
No call. That's what I think. We'll see what the score.
2 and 1. He just went like that. Or
neutral. They wiped it off.
Well, 2 and 1 would still be neutral.
Yeah, so 6
to 2 score.
So they gave it to Stieber. Is that right?
Apparently. English in on a single leg with 5 seconds left. He tries to cradle up Niebert, and they haven't given him the 2 yet. He rolls him over on his back, and right as the buzzer, the Virginia Tech coach is saying no, time was out. Cale Sanderson saying, nope, I think that happened. And
they don't have the flag here. He wants the flag, so.
And they're challenging with the flag, so we'll come down and see the replay here. Meanwhile,
that was tough. English really almost getting the takedown there.
Yep, Devin Carter with an 11-3 lead over Henderson now.
Getting a major there for Virginia Tech.
Absolutely.
They're in 10th place right now, guys. Virginia Tech Hokies.
And Logan Stieber still up 6-2 over Rutherford. That at the end of the second period. So we'll go into the third period, and Rutherford's going to have to do something pretty special here. Get back into this.
Yeah, he sprints back to the middle of the mat, doesn't he?
Yep.
He sprints back. Stieber will be on top. Rutherford on the bottom.
So
Rutherford's tough on top.
See what happens. We'll see what happens on this in front of us. This is really close. Coach Sanderson gives us a wave, Steve. Yep, and the referees say and English got the takedown, so 2 points for the takedown. He wins, sudden victory, and Penn State gets 3.5 points and another All-American.
So Coach Cale Sanderson and Nick Fanthorpe in the corner there for Penn State. They're real happy. Fanthorpe probably working with English about his weight class.
Yep. So Devin Carter with a 12-3 victory over Henderson.
Commanding win there by the Virginia Tech Hokie. That's going to pick up some nice points for the 10th place team right now.
Got a blood timeout over here on mat number 4. That's the other championship mat. So blood timeout with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the third period.
6-2. I like the way Rutherford sprinted back to the center. He knows what he's up against.
English's points, 3.5 points, will vault Penn State back into the lead. They will be in a 2-point advantage now over Minnesota.
Going to have one of your Northwestern Panthers out there. Wildcats, Northwestern Wildcat out there coming up pretty soon.
Isaac Jordan versus Gant from North Carolina State over across from us. Jordan with a 5-0 lead in the consolation round.
He had a real nice run there towards the end of the season. He was ranked #1 at one time, beating Green and St. John.
Yep.
He ran into Mr. Ian Miller.
Speaking of St. John is wrestling Smith from Central Michigan. Smith with a really nice match the last time out. They're down on the far end of the auditorium. That's a 0-0 score between those two wrestlers.
Stebert's still on top. He's picking up some more riding time. He's got 1 minute and 31 seconds of riding time. As Rutherford sprints back to the middle of the mat, Coach Cody Sanderson and Casey Cunningham in the corner.
Yeah.
For the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Stieber just riding him really, really tough.
Yeah, he is. He's tough on top.
Yeah.
Boy, he's covering him.
Down to just over a minute left in this match.
Yep, so 2-point takedown down on mat number 5. That's just getting started.
Yep, that's St. John over Smith. I think that was St. John with the takedown.
Sure seems like they've wrestled already, but I guess I'm not right there.
And
Boston Terrier
right here in front of us, Tafur from Boston and Parati from Rutgers.
Very weird.
Gonna bet they've met each other this
nobody
year.
breaks their leg or knee in this thing. This is like...
He's trying to put him into the Boston Crab.
I guess he is, isn't he? Wow. Tafur gets the takedown or not?
Not yet. He hasn't called it yet, the referee, but he's getting close. Still right on the edge of the mat, nothing, and Kenny Ritchie calls him out of bounds.
Wow, there we go. Fresh restart. Frank the Tank in the corner. Real good wrestler for Penn State Nittany Lions. Frank Molinaro.
Now this is a historic match in front of us, fellas, because if Nestor Tafur loses this match, that's the end of the Boston University wrestling program, unless something's done
officially,
differently.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is historic, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's right here in front of us. So let's have Tafur win another one, become an All-American. Not that I want to cheer against the other young man.
Sure, right. But
let's let the Boston University program live on.
Yep, as long as it possibly can.
Absolutely.
Isaac Jordan wins for Wisconsin Badgers. They pick up a major.
Yep. So we're going to see Danny Zilverberg come out here against Veltre from Bloomsburg.
Steber's got a lot of riding time with Rutherford. Rutherford just can't figure out how to get away from Logan Steber.
Yep. 30 seconds left in that match.
Potentially dangerous.
All the way down on the far end as the first period winds into the last minute of the first period. Derek St. John with a 2-1 lead over Smith from Central Michigan.
Smith's tough. Seen him wrestle earlier today, and who would have thought St. John, if he would lose this, he could be out of the tournament.
Absolutely.
This is the round of 12.
Yep. So you would see a repeat, as said earlier by someone, of what happened with McDonough last year. Go from being a national champion to not making All-American in your senior year.
That's right. So Logan Steber point to the Ohio State Buckeye fans. And that's it.
Yeah.
Going for trying to be a 3-time national champ. So
Steber 7-3.
7-3 for Steber. Big win there. A lot of riding time. 2 minutes and 45 seconds of riding time for Steber.
3-time national champ.
Trying.
Yep. If he gets that.
Devin Carter.
If he does that.
Finals, yep.
That'll be interesting next year, huh? Think you'll get a little press?
I don't know. Had Pat Smith, Kel Sanderson, and
Kyle Dake.
So might be getting a little more common than we ever thought it would be.
Well, yeah, I hate to think it's just a commonplace thing.
Yeah, it's still, when you think of the millions of wrestlers from over the years, or thousands, over 1.5 million out for wrestling this year, including Pee-wees clear up to the freestylers.
So we've got a blood timeout down on the other end, but Green from Nebraska, the #1 seed, is up 2-1 over LaValle from Missouri. Two former Big 12 teams facing each other.
Yeah, they are really. Yeah, no longer in the Big 12. So.
And Danny Zilverberg picks up a 2-point takedown. Goes up 2-0 over Veltre from Bloomsburg.
Veltre's real strong. His legs look strong. Zilverberg trying to take him down. Finally does. Nice Granby there by Veltre.
Very nice.
Good Granby roll. Up back to his feet and out for one. It's now 2-1 in favor of the Golden Gopher. So.
Yeah, Parati from Rutgers with a 2-point reversal over Tafur right here in front of us.
Tafur needs to get up and out. Parati doing a good job there for Rutgers. Scarlet Knights, who will be in the Big Ten next year, by the way.
Yep, absolutely.
Them and Maryland Terps and Rutgers.
You know, if we do
Join
this
the Big
long
Ten
enough,
Conference.
Steve, maybe they'll all be in the Big Ten.
It will just have 2 conferences. The Mississippi will divide them. It'd be the East Mississippi Conference against the Western of the Mississippi
Yeah, but then
Conference.
what's Nebraska? They're going to have to shift allegiance again. Yeah.
There they go. They could always pick up the whole town of Lincoln and move it. Take it down I-80. I don't know. There'll probably be some DOT problem.
Yeah, some DOT problem.
Department of Transportation. No, you can't pick up a city of 100,000 people and move it. It's not going to happen. So.
All right, so the blood timeout, I think, is over down there, and Green and LaValle resume the match with Green leading 2-1. And we've got a blood timeout, I think, as well between Smith and St. John, although they're ready to resume that. St. John on top in the second period, up 2-1. Smith immediately up to his feet, but St. John working and trying to throw him off the edge, and they'd have a restart. They do call a stalling call on St. John.
Topher trying to get out. Rutgers tough on top. Frank the Tank Molinaro in the corner here. Stand out for Penn State. Carl Adams, 2-time national champ from Iowa State, the head coach for Boston. Won a couple titles back in the day for the Cyclones of Iowa State.
Oh, Silverberg got an illegal hold on down here, and I think it's...
Could be costly.
Yeah, I don't think it's against Silverberg. I think it's against
No.
the other wrestler.
He just gave Silverberg a blocking of the hand, so Silverberg's in red.
Yeah,
He gets the point.
Gets the point. I think he had his hands clinched
I see.
while they were down on the mat, and of course the coach immediately wants a challenge to that.
Sure.
I don't think he can challenge that one, I don't think.
So St. John, man, and Smith down there, that tells me they're clipped 157 pounds down there.
And you've got Green now out at somebody cheering down on press row. Not supposed to do that, buddy. And Green with a 7-1 lead over LaValle now. So Green really pouring it on down there.
2 big back points there for Rutgers. Now Topher's down 4-0. 24 seconds to go. Second period. Still got a full period to go, so anything could happen.
Well, look at that, his Taylor Walsh match. 24 points scored in that match.
Wow. That'd be unreal, huh?
Yep, and St. John and Miller, Smith, that score is now 2-2
Wow,
with 23 seconds left in the second period.
All tied up down there.
St. John in on a single leg, but Smith fighting him off on the edge of the mat, and St. John gets the 2.
So I would like to pick up some more points. They had a Cordy Clark win. They had a loss, I believe.
And Ramos with a win.
Tony Ramos with a win. Yeah, I'm sorry. Then St. John's got the lead here, so
yeah.
they'd like to get the trifecta here and pick up more points. They're just 3 behind Oklahoma State right now, so they're closing the gap. Oklahoma State with 56, Iowa Hawkeyes 53 points, third and fourth place.
Yeah, Penn State moved back in the lead, 64.5 to 62.5.
Up by 2, so.
And Danny Silverberg over here can kind of change that. He can bounce Minnesota back up into that lead again if Silverberg can hold on and win this match. He's up 4-1 right now in the second period.
It's in a tussle. Minute 4 seconds to go in his period. So I'm not sure if they're having extended commercials at this time or not. I don't remember the commercial break being.
I don't know. They seem to be quite long. We might be here till tomorrow. So we go down into the third period down there on mat number 5 between St. John and Smith. St. John up 4-2, and I believe St. John starts on the bottom here in the third period. Oh, we've got some semifinal matches underway.
Yeah, we do. Sursus against Howdeshelt. Howdeshelt from Missouri. Sursus, a real good-looking freshman. Got the Big Ten Freshman of the Year award this year. Number 5 seed. I'm not sure how that happened, but he's still in the semi. So.
Yep.
And then Menotti on the bottom there from Lehigh, and Kindig of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Cowboys would like to get some more points here.
Kindig on a little bit of a duck under, but he doesn't quite hit it.
Minotti's the 15 seed, and you ready? Kindig's the 11th seed. So nobody thought these two would be in the semis. Had a nice tournament. What's going on down here at Topher?
Well, it's 4-2 now, still in favor of
33
Parati.
seconds.
And yeah, there's 33 seconds left in the match, so both wrestlers on their feet in the center of the mat.
Topher's going to have to bring the action. 30 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Could have been 2. 1 point.
Yeah.
Grabbing the headgear.
Yeah. Yeah, so that makes it pretty darn tough for
Said he
Topher.
grabbed the headgear, wasn't it?
Yep, he's down 5-2 now, so
That's going to make it tough.
Yeah.
Well, this might be it for Boston.
I'm gonna have to
For Topher.
throw him. I think so. He tries to load him up and roll him over, and it doesn't happen. All right.
Huge for Frank Molinaro and the coaching staff of Rutgers.
Yeah.
Tough for Boston and Coach Carl Adams. So
And now he's got Topher on his back trying to pin him.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Rutgers is pretty happy about the whole thing.
Trying to get an All-American for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Getting ready to head into the Big Tens.
A lot of excitement.
Yes, it is. Big win there for Rutgers.
All right, that's great. Everybody's excited about it.
Carl Adams coming out to talk to his young man, and
Everybody but Boston University.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough for them. It's a tough way to lose the match and the end of the program. So
Yeah.
Topher's shedding some tears.
Yeah.
I'm sure not just for him, but for the program.
Yeah.
Tough time for Boston, but Carl Adams, I salute you, my friend, as you walk by. You've done a great job.
Yeah.
Good luck to Boston.
An outstanding job. All right, Minnesota fans not happy about something that happened on the edge of the mat, but that's not going to change what the referee decided.
Silverberg's still up.
We
over
talked
Bloomsburg.
a lot more about either one of these semifinal matches if there was anything going on, just a lot of hand fighting.
Yeah, Howdesheld in on a couple of shots, but Sursa's doing a good job fighting Howdesheld off.
Yeah.
We got two
From
cats
Missouri,
going on
so.
right now. We got Pierce Harger versus Indiana on mat 2 here, so it's kind of exciting for me because I have close ties with Northwestern University.
And Kindig there's no score between Menotti, Lehigh, and Kindig,
No,
Oklahoma
0-0.
State. So
You got Mike Moreno from Iowa State and Palacio from Cornell down on the far mat, and Moreno with the takedown, yeah. And St. John, I believe, won his match, so the Iowa Hawkeyes will pick up some more points there.
trying to become an All-American, he is. And Palacio trying to stack up Moreno. They're in a tussle down there.
They
My
are.
gosh,
A lot of
everybody's
spinning
on their
around.
heads.
Pierce Hager with a nice double leg takedown here in mat 2 with the
They're in a
2-0.
tussle. Palacio's dangerous. He's real unorthodox. I remember watching him earlier in
right.
the tournament.
So we move to the second period in both of these semifinal championship matches, and we've got no score in either one. Howdesheld starts on the bottom. Sursa starts on the bottom, sorry.
Howdesheld tries to do a suck-back situation where he can pull him back and maybe pick up something, but Sursa says nothing doing. I know what to do with that, and he comes out up to his referee's position. Howdesheld waits in. Minnesota might have just regained the lead, maybe. So
Danny Silverberg, 4-2 win over Veltre from Bloomsburg. So Silverberg an All-American.
for Minnesota Gophers, the Golden Gophers of Minnesota.
Palacio down there against Moreno tied it up with a reversal.
2-2.
Yeah.
Palacio's tough on top. He's just hard to get he has such a good scramble.
Still no
Ability.
score on either of these semifinal championship matches.
Moreno and Palacio, that's be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I wish they were up here instead of down there.
That
They're a
is,
long way away.
have you ever seen so much twisting and turning?
And Moreno with the 2-point reversal, and now he's up 4-2.
That thing has just been, it's been a non-stop scramble between Palacio and Moreno.
And Surtis is out, and he breaks the drought with an escape with 1 minute left in the first period.
And more importantly, no riding time.
Yeah, 57 seconds, so not quite.
We got Penn State versus Navy at mat 1.
Yeah.
Brown versus Miller. Brown in on an immediate takedown for 2-0 lead.
That wouldn't be Ian Miller.
No, I think
Kent
it's
State.
Mike or Mark Miller.
Okay.
I I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Got a couple Millers. Either way, when they're wrestling, it's Miller time.
It's Miller time, that's right.
So right now we got a 1-0 lead in favor of the freshman, Cersus.
Oops, sorry, wrong guy.
Hand fighting here at the edge, and out of Schelt, and Cersus goes out of bounds. So tough kid, this Cersus is. Love to watch Jason wrestle. He's the younger brother of Alex, which is an All-American for the Iowa Hawkeyes back in the day. Kindig, and really in a big scramble situation down there. Kindig and Minotti from Lehigh. And can you imagine all that scrambling they've had? And Kindig has a 1 minute 4 seconds riding time. Other than that, no. Well, we did get an escape, so escape from Minotti. So with the riding time, if you include that, technically it's tied up. But really, Minotti from Lehigh leads Kindig from Oklahoma State 1-0 with 37 seconds to go in the second period.
Matthew Miller.
Matthew Miller.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And we go to the third period with Certus up 1-0 over Howdeshelt. Howdeshelt starts on the bottom for the third period.
Palacio really dangerous, trying to get some back points on Marino, but instead Marino gets a reversal, now goes up 7-4. Or no, or
6-5.
6-5. I take that back. 6-5. Big takedown for the Oklahoma State Cowboy.
Yeah.
Kindig
with the takedown.
Gets 2, now leads 2-1, Jeff.
2-1, absolutely. And
So
we get the escape over here finally by Howdeshelt, so that's all tied up 1-1.
Changing escapes.
Yeah. There is no riding time in this match. 46 seconds.
No riding time in that match.
Yeah. Palacio gets to his feet, and it's 6-6 down there between him and Moreno.
Hargrove putting on a clinic on top versus
6-6 down there between Cornell and Iowa State. Both of them, Cornell and the team on. I'm sure Iowa State would like to get back in the top 10. They haven't been in there for a while.
Yep. And Brown with a 2-1 lead over Matthew Miller from Navy.
Marino is a returning All-American for Iowa State. I'm not sure about Palacio.
All right, 1 minute and 13 seconds left in this semifinal match between Howdeshelt from Missouri and Certus from Northwestern. Both men on their feet in the center of the mat. Certus takes a shot and Howdeshelt counters.
Boy. Nice shot by Cersus, but good counter by Howdeshelt from Missouri Tigers. Kindig gets 2 more, is that right or not?
Yep, I believe so. I believe
2 more. Pat Santoro, the coach from Lehigh, is not liking that at all.
4-1 now.
Palacio in there on some shots. He's reminding me of Kyle Dake. He's got Dake in the corner.
Yeah.
I got a feeling he
might work
some
out
time with Kyle. Yeah, once his foot gets unbroke. Kyle Dake is walking around here on crutches.
Unbroke, huh?
Yeah, get it unbroke.
Healed.
Yeah, we'll go with healed.
That'll work.
Right now, 6-6. Third period, just 19 seconds riding time in favor of Marino, I believe. No, in favor of Alicio.
So Malotti's coaches have waved the green challenge flag, and the referee is reviewing something there.
On that last Kindig takedown for Oklahoma State.
So we're down to 20 seconds left in this match between Howdeshelt and Certus. Both wrestlers on their feet.
Mike Marino starts on top.
Howdeshelt with a bulldog in on a single leg. 7 seconds left if he can finish it. Certus with a big whizzer. Howdeshelt goes for his head. Howdeshelt now up on his feet, and time runs out. So we'll go to sudden victory.
Sudden victory.
Absolutely.
Wow. Can the freshmen make it to the finals for Northwestern Wildcats?
Yeah. We're going to find out here really soon.
Yes, we will. Kindig and Minotti still fighting it out down there. Riding time, trying to get in. Tack down there for Kindig, up now 4-2. 1 minute 33 seconds of riding time for Kindig. And I think Palacio and Marino still tied up, right? 6-6.
But
Palacio has injured knee, I believe.
Yeah. Marino's got 25 seconds of riding time. And Brown, and Certus in on a low single.
Wow,
picks it up big time, trying to get Howdeshelt down. Hoist it again. Howdeshelt with a little bit of a...
Fighting it off.
Yeah. Surtis tries to go around the head. He's not going to be able to lock those hands in order to get a cradle on him.
The Whizzer's helping, is literally bailing Howdeshelt out. That Whizzer's his lifesaver.
That Whizzer's everything right now. They're on the edge of the mat. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and no.
Wow, that
not
was close.
Gonna happen.
Surtis.
Brown up 5-2 as the second period winds to a
Western
close.
coach telling their young man Surtis to shake it off, try to get the blood flowing. So
30-second turnbacks.
Kindig trying to get another takedown on Minotti. He's in the driver's seat down there. So Kindig, the number 11 seed, could make it the finals.
Oh.
Maybe 2 for Minotti.
No, Minotti hasn't. Referee not giving it to him yet. Minotti's got an ankle, so Minotti's now trying to pull him. Oh, then he just flips him off, and the referee, throws him off the mat.
They won't do the flip them off.
Yeah, he flipped him off. A lot of fans did that, I think.
Well, don't worry about it. I just said he's going to get unbroken. We're having fun tonight.
All right, Moreno and Palacio back at it down there in that match.
Boy, Palacio looks like he's in a scoring position here. Moreno trying to get some riding time.
Yeah. All right, so 5 seconds left here. Surtis has ridden Howdeshelt all but 5 seconds of the first overtime
Kindig
period.
wins for Oklahoma State. A lot of orange and black in the stands, guys.
Yeah, Kindig into the finals. Who would have thought it?
And I think they switched positions there because Palacio had a injury time, so Marino would have liked to have it the other way. That rule didn't help Marino any.
Yep. So it's 6-6, and Marino's riding time has disappeared. Palacio is now growing, but Palacio rode him out. He could just about have riding time if he'd ride him out.
It's all over the new rule.
Yeah,
that would be.
Yep. He'd have it by a second.
Wow.
So it's all about Moreno. Moreno got to get an escape.
I wonder if they mathematically figured that out.
Yeah.
For now, that's a smart college. They may have.
All right, so Surtis trying to get away from Howdeshelt. Surtis rode him the whole first time around.
Stalemate.
Howdeshelt now riding Surtis.
Northwestern.
9 seconds left in this second of the 30-second ride out.
Marino needs to get out in 19 seconds. Got to get up and out and get the escape if he can. He gets out. Marino's out. Gets the escape. 10 seconds to go.
All right.
9 seconds to go. Stall. What do we got there down here? Northwestern. And
Miller from Navy almost puts Brown on his back. Doesn't quite get it done.
Marino wrestling tough here. Between these two, does Marino gets the final takedown?
Yeah.
Michael Marino becomes another All-American. Fans up at 325 are happy. Big.
Right at the end, Surtis gets out with 1 second left. 1 second left.
So Surtis, a freshman, in the finals.
Yeah.
In the finals for the Northwestern Wildcats.
Yeah.
Freshman of the year, the Big Ten Freshman of the year. There it is. Michael Marino will move on to the All-American round for Iowa State with a 9-6 win.
So Surtis and Kindig tomorrow night. Outstanding match.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Neither one of them ranked or seeded
and
to do just what they did.
Pierce Harger with the win right in front of us. So Northwestern has kind of a two-peat, if you will.
Yeah.
And Brown up 9-6 over Miller. They're just
Matthew Miller, is that
done.
Right? Okay.
But there's some kind of a debate or dispute or something because referees are looking at something right now.
Match number 545.
Yeah. So that's good. And we're going to have Tanner Weatherman versus Tyler Wilps right here in front of us. Isn't it, Tyler?
Yeah, Wilps is good.
Yeah,
Weatherman's a scrambler. He likes to get you all mixed up, try to figure out where you're at. This Welps looks real physically strong.
Pittsburgh, yep, Tyler Wilps.
Welps and Weatherman in front of us.
All right.
Brown leads down there, is that right? Yeah, 9-6.
Yeah, 9-6. So something happened right at the end, and I'm not sure what because I was looking at Surtis escaping.
Okay.
So.
Weatherman and Wilps.
Yep, and we've got Kokish and Delago down there on the other end. Kokish is up 4-0 already. Kokish from Nebraska, Delago from Illinois.
So they'll be wrestling each other coming up here. We got it's a lot of fun. Ness and Ian Miller is going to be fun. Ian Miller wrestled him already this year, and he really, his uncle down here, Jeb, told me Miller really took it to Ness. Either pinned him or he said he had him on his back about the whole time, which is amazing. We know how good Ness is, so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
Matt Brown from Penn State with the 10-6 win.
Penn State gets some more points. They just dropped a second with 64.5. Minnesota was 66.
Yeah, but 3.5 points, so they'll vault back into the lead.
Boy, back and forth we go. Huh?
Absolutely, every single match.
It's like a big teeter-totter.
This team race is outstanding. Oklahoma State with 63 points now, right up in the thick of things with that match with Kindig.
Weatherman and Welps, just no points here. Welps kind of taking some of the shots. Weatherman, Troy Nickerson in his corner, as well as Travis Polson.
Now Derringer and Real Budo are going to wrestle here in a minute. And I mean, Oklahoma State's going to have a chance to pick up more points. Oklahoma State's going to be right in the battle here.
Oh,
absolutely,
sure.
right in the battle.
No question. If they can, after this, they have Caldwell in the semis.
Yep, I'm telling you what, Oklahoma State might be setting themselves up. Now, Minnesota's got a couple of pretty good wrestlers still to come.
They're tough up top. They got a lot of good wrestlers in the heavier weights. They're top heavy, actually. They really are.
Absolutely.
Don't count out Penn State with Ruth and Taylor.
Yeah, a couple of pretty good wrestlers.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
man, I'm so stoked for Jason's win, man.
Yeah, he won. That's a good win for him. Good looking
fresh. Real good win.
It's a great recognition for Jason, younger brother of Alex Ursus.
Yep. So we got another good match over here. We've got Kenny Courts from Ohio State and Bernstein from Brown. Courts has really impressed me. He's just been a good, solid wrestler. We've seen him.
Explosive.
Yep. He's going to be a good one for Ohio State.
Courts and Bernstein is Brown, right?
Yeah, Bernstein is Brown.
Wrestling for Brown, and boy, they're in a shoelace to shoelace. No point scored right there.
Sure.
Welps kind of stalking Weatherman. Weatherman real wisely moves back to the center of the, grabbing the headgear there.
Yeah. Oh boy.
How's referee 21 not see grabbing the headgear?
I don't think referee 21 can do it. I don't think he can. He can't make that call. He's the assistant ref. The head ref's got to see it.
Weatherman even said, "Hey, look at it. He had to readjust his headgear."
Richie went over the assistant referee and told him and said, "Don't be grabbing that headgear." And then he went over and said to the coaches, "Don't let him grab the headgear. He's got to stay off the headgear."
Yeah.
I understand it's the blood round right here. The round of 12 is called the blood round because it's all-American. People are out for blood here, but you gotta
stall. Should be 1-0. Instead, Weatherman gets hit for stall. So that's funny. Well, referees are doing the best.
So Dan, finish your thought.
Go ahead, Dan.
It's a blood round. Yeah, we understand it's a very important round, but you gotta have sportsmanship in this. This is a battle sport, but show some class, please.
Yeah. It's the second headgear grab we've seen down here in Matthew, by the way.
The first one got called, though.
Yeah, Rutgers and Boston. So, the Ness fans are out and about.
You can hear the Ness chants. You know it's about to be electrified in here when this guy steps on the mat. You never know. You can never count him out.
Yep, and Kokish now with a 5-1 lead over Delago down on the far end of the mat.
Kokish looking good down there against Delago of Illinois. So a rematch maybe of the Big Tens.
Yep. So Weatherman starting on top. Score 0-0 here between him and Wilps. Weatherman with a caution, and referee restarts him. Wilps up to his feet immediately. Weatherman rides him into about the mat number 4, 2 mats down.
Is that the younger brother of another Wilps from Penn who's an All-American? From Pitt who's an All-American? That's Tyler Wilps.
Yeah.
There's more than one Weatherman too, by the way. On the other.
But the older Wilps was a little heavier, I believe. I think he was a 97-pounder.
He lost to Quentin right in the semis.
Yep, that's exactly right. You got it exactly right, Dan.
It's scary that I know all that information. I can just rattle it off.
That's what my wife says. She says, "How do you even know that stuff?" So when I quote things.
All right, we're getting fired up here. We're going to have the semifinal matches between Dylan Ness and Ian Miller, Alex Derringer and Brian Real Bruto.
That'll be fun down there. Deringer and Robuto. Robuto had a big win over St. John earlier today, 11-4, so it wasn't even really close. I mean, Robuto was in the driver's seat here for Cornell.
All right, Wilps gets an escape. He leads 1-0 over Weatherman down here. Kenny Courts and Bernstein, they get back at it. Bernstein up 2-1.
Oh, Ness is going upstairs. Oh.
Yeah.
He wants to throw Ian Miller. I don't know the exact results here, but I know that Jeb told me Ian Miller was just tearing Ness up last time, so I'm sure Ness would like to get some revenge here against this Ian Miller.
All right.
This Miller's tough. He's fast. And he wrestles so much tougher than he looks. He's gotten thin, really, for that weight class.
Miller drops down. And now Ness has got him. Oh, boy.
He's trying to load him up. Ness is.
He had him right where he wanted. Man.
Miller backed out. Miller had a nice duck under that only went about halfway, came shooting back out. Ness looked like he was going to capitalize on it, but Miller backed out wisely in a hurry.
Well, Ness proved against Green, the #1 seed, what happens if you want to turn it into a pin fest.
Yeah.
He likes to do pin, but Miller is too. You know, Kent State's out there in Ohio, so I don't get to see Ian a lot, but I read his results, and he destroys people.
Yeah. So Deringer and Real Budo just sort of feeling each other out in the middle of the match, middle of mat down there.
Welps and Weatherman on the side here. They go out of bounds, going to get a fresh start. Welps did get the escape, so he's up 2-1.
Yep.
Deringer's really looked good in this tournament, but Real Budo obviously has 2. 1 minute and 30 seconds go in the first period against Deringer of Oklahoma State. Real Budo, by the way, is a Cornell. Another big red for Cornell at Ithaca, New York. Jeff?
And we got Riddick and Hammond down on the far end. Riddick from Lehigh, Hammond from Cal State Bakersfield. And Hammond is up 1-0 right now in their consolation match.
Riddick's tough. Dylan Nass Nass in on a shot, and then a reshot there by Ian Miller. So
Tanner Weatherman whips in on a shot, catches Weatherman right on the edge, and gets a 2-point takedown right as time expires in the second period.
Ian Miller's got Ness and all kinds of...
Ian Miller is trying to do a throw by there against Ness.
Ian tries to shuck Ness off, and Ness will have nothing of it. Both wrestlers back up on their feet. We've got an injury down here with Real Buto. He's holding his ankle, and everybody's looking at it. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
They showed it on the screen, and everybody oohed and awed, so it had to be.
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the trainers are checking out the knee. It looks like it's a knee.
Boy, it got kind of twisted the wrong way.
It sure did.
Real Buto.
So Tanner Weatherman down here in the third period, out with an escape. He's down 3-1.
And Ness and Ian Miller scoreless after the first period, so we're going to see what happens here. Ness gets choice, and he takes down, so Miller will be on top. And Ness looks like he weighs a whole lot more than Ian Miller, doesn't he? He just looks so... They're both kind of long and lanky. Ness is maybe more so, but...
And Robert Kokish becomes an All-American by defeating Tony DeLagos 7-2, 8-2 with riding time.
So Kokish from Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
He was in a big match there with Storley. Ness up to his feet, plants his foot, gets the escape.
I think Miller let that go because he was in a very precarious situation with his front headlock with his single leg, so I think he wisely let that go.
And another big match for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Down on the other end, we've got Kevin Steinhaus versus Thomasette from Pittsburgh.
A good match there, Thomasette.
Ian Miller in on a 2-point takedown.
You got two for the...
Went really low and caught both of Ness's ankles together and just set him on his butt.
Ness big, the 2-point reversal up 3-2 now. Stuff on top. Weatherman in on a shot here against Welps. 47 seconds to go in the third and final period.
Right on the edge of the mat. Referee calls him out. Real Budo starts up again. Well, he starts on top. Match starts up.
Yeah.
Deringer trying to get away.
Still no score down there between Deringer and Real Budo. Real Budo's tough. Gotta believe Dake's probably showing him some pointers during the practice. 35 seconds go between Weatherman and Welps. Welps up 3-1. Riding time shouldn't be a factor here.
And Deringer tries to slide behind Real Budo. Not quite there yet. Maybe a referee gives him 2 points for a reversal. So Deringer up 2-0 over Real Budo as the first period winds to a close.
And boy, I tell you, 3-3 between Ness and Ian Miller. Ness looking tough here for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Dylan Ness, the younger brother of Jason Ness.
Yep. Tanner Weatherman, 9 seconds away from going out in the round of 12 for the second consecutive year.
Well, I tell you,
It's a bigger little brother.
should be a point
That's a
for
point,
Weatherman.
but that
so
doesn't
3-2.
give him enough. And it
Wow.
Wilps
1
wins
point.
3-2. 3-2.
3-2. Welps wins and becomes an All-American. Weatherman becomes in the round of 12, like you say, 2 years in a row for Tanner Weatherman. Ness is going to start on top, Miller on the bottom, 3-3.
Yep. Deringer with escape early, or not early. Deringer with an escape halfway through the second period. He leads 3-0 now.
So what do we got here?
Deringer with a
gets
2-point
2
takedown.
points.
Yep. 5-2 now.
Deringer looks real tough through this whole tournament. He's kind of always been in the drive. He dictates the match. He's kind of dictates the action. He's got great position. It's hard to get Deringer out of position. Up on his feet is Ian Miller. Kent State trying to get a finalist. They had one in
Dustin Kilgore, two-time finalist, one-time champ.
Yeah.
All right, Ian Miller trying to kick out. Ness all the way down on an ankle.
Trying to get a stall calls. The Golden Flash's coach over there.
Yep.
Dustin Kilgore and that big pin over my distant cousin Clayton Foster's winning 9 or 8-0, and Kilgore caught Foster and pinned him. That was huge for the Golden Flashes. And I think it's the Flashes, it's plural.
Okay.
I always say Golden Flash, but for some reason they got more than one flash going on. Must be all the cameras going off or something.
Far down on the far end, Thomasette from Pittsburgh up 2-1 over Steinhaus with a minute left in the first period.
Cody Stouffer trying to get a takedown here for Arizona State Sun Devil.
You got it, but
Sun Devil's trying to get their lone All-American maybe.
And Ryan Loader's on the mat against Schwartz from Boise State. That's a 0-0 in the first period.
Nice throw attempt by Ian Miller, but Ness so wisely stands right up and faces Ian Miller.
But Miller does have a 4-3 lead right now.
Yeah, he does. He's up by 1, so Ness is going to have to bring it here against Ian Miller.
Yep. 53 seconds left in the match.
Wow, the Golden Gopher against the Golden Flashes.
Yeah. Going to see something pretty wild here, I got a feeling.
Both of them are golden for gold.
Yeah. Ness takes a shot right on the edge, but
41 seconds. Wow, Ness is going to have to go for it. Well, remember Jason Ness and Daniel Dennis. That was they know the Nesses can pull it out in the last second. His brother Jason proved it. One of the greatest finishes ever.
Oh, Ness with a 2-point takedown right at the end.
Talking about great finishes.
33 seconds left.
And riding time's going up right now. He's got riding time.
Oh, he's got a minute of riding time now. That's very astute.
Ian Miller's in trouble, guys, from Kent State. It's looking like it's going to be Ness. Maybe 18 seconds to go in the third and final period. So with that takedown, that really puts Ness in the driver's seat.
And gives Minnesota a ton of team points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to help the Golden Gophers. Put them back up over Penn State, possibly. So
Clock winds down 1, and there it is.
there it is.
6-4 with riding time. Dylan Ness
moves on for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Big win there for Ness.
Yep, that's going to move them out to a 5-point lead over Penn State.
And is he going to wrestle Deringer, or would he wrestle Rebuto from Cornell? Deringer right now is up 5-4, 1 minute, 12 seconds left in the third and final period. So
we've also got Kyvan Gadsden and Christian Boley down here, 0-0 in their 197-pound match.
Roly-poly, Christian Boley. I'm sure the Maryland heckler somewhere.
Oh, he's somewhere over in that general vicinity.
That's his cheer for Christian Boley, by the way. Which seems has been in college for a long time. Seems like I was calling Christian Boley matches clear back in Kansas City.
Yeah.
But
so another Golden Gopher on the mat. Steinhaus. Thomasette from Pittsburgh still up 2-1 over Steinhaus. Thomasette has a minute and 26 seconds of riding time now.
That's big, guys. So David Taylor, a big pinner, getting ready to go up against Steve Monk, another big pinner.
Kyvan Gadsden with the big 2-point takedown. He goes up 2-0 over Christian Boley.
So Marino made it to the All-American round, and Weatherman came up 1 point short. Gadsden trying to make it, and Earl Hall
made it.
has already made it.
Yeah,
So.
already made it. So Iowa State could have 3 if Gadsden can.
See, Illinois snuck back up into 10th place with 37 points. So I knew they weren't far away, you know. Daringer now, Robuto, good match, guys. 5-4. Daringer only 54 seconds riding time. So what you see is what you get. He's up by 1. Robuto in on a shot.
Yep. Daringer with a takedown right at the end.
Desperate move by Robuto. Another Oklahoma State Cowboy. So, wow, Minnesota picking up a lot of points here.
Minnesota's in the lead now with 73 points. Penn State was 68 in second, and Oklahoma State was 63 in third.
And they just picked up more. The Cowboys did.
But Oklahoma State's going to move up to 70 points and take over second place.
So Penn State will be in third, but I don't know for how long, because now David Taylor's coming up.
Oh, and Kyvan Gadsden has Boley on his back.
Trying to pick up some bonus points here.
Trying for the fall.
Kyvan Gadsden trying to move in.
Troy Nickerson over there. Kevin Jackson.
Gadsden trying to settle in for the pin.
Oh, and there's the fall.
There's a fall. Big win for Gadsden with bonus points for the Iowa State Cyclones.
So Kyvan Gadsden, an All-American.
Again. Yep. Just a junior. He could get a medical red shirt, by the way, and get 1 more year. I've been talking to him about that, and he said it's out there to get if I want to go another year or so, because technically he should be a sophomore.
Yep.
He wrestled, 1 match as a freshman, hurt his shoulder, and
called it a
that
year.
was it. So, yeah.
So we've got Thomasette and Steinhaus both tied up 2-2, but Thomasette with 2 minutes of riding time down there on mat number 5. They're in the second period, 30 seconds left. Looks like the referees are reviewing something on that one. And we've got Schwartz from Boise State up 3-2 over Loader from Northern Iowa. There's a minute left in the third period in that match.
That's a tough round 12 match right there, round of 12. You know, Schwartz and Loader. Those are 2 real good studly wrestlers. Boise State, Northern Iowa. Loader and Schwartz.
And over across from us, Steve, we've got Johnson from Ohio and Kuhn from Michigan.
Oh, man.
In a heavyweight match.
We had Johnson and Smith earlier. Johnson won. Now it's Johnson and Kuhn, the 2 freshmen from Michigan, trying to become an All-American. If he's out, he's not, correct? Round of 12. So
round of 12.
That good-looking true freshman was the number 1 ranked wrestler for much of the season, as he just kept proving himself week after week after week as the season went on. Kuhn, that is, from Michigan.
Absolutely.
Got the underhooks there, pushing
So
Johnson
Schwartz
out.
and Loader all tied up now, 4-4 with 30 seconds left in the match.
Yep.
And Steinhaus, the call was reversed. Thomasette now with a 2-1 lead over Steinhaus, but Thomasette's got a huge amount of riding time.
Thomasette.
17 seconds in the second period there.
Oh, and a 1 point for Steinhaus for stalling on Thomasette for not taking Steinhaus back down. So another point.
Yep.
So Steinhaus gets a point.
Yep, 2-2 now. So
that was huge.
Yep, second period ends.
Yeah.
We'll see them go back to the center, and Schwartz with a 2-point takedown right at the end. He now leads Loader 6-4. 5 seconds left in that match.
So 5-4 is the score on that. Good match going on down there between Loader and Schwartz.
All right, Loader kicks out. It's got 6-5, but that's, I think, all the time.
Schwartz becomes Boise State's All-American.
Yeah.
JT Felix, is he still? I think he's got to be live. He's been pinning people. He had at least 2 pins in a row.
Yeah.
So Boise State Broncos might end up with a couple All-Americans there. I think JT Felix has cinched that up.
Thomas from Penn becomes an All-American.
Arizona State does not get their All-American this year.
They do not. And coming up next, Mario Gonzalez and Nathan Burke from Iowa right here in front of us.
All Big Ten.
Yeah, that's right. Big showdown here. Burke, tough kid, good lungs. Mario Gonzalez, I love his technique as a 97-pounder.
and Thomasette with an escape, and then Steinhaus with the 2-point takedown. Steinhaus takes a 4-3 lead, but don't forget Thomasette.
Oh, he's got Thomasette. He's trying to turn him here with the power half.
Yeah, Thomasette's got that riding time, so it's effectively 4-4 right now. There's a minute left in the match.
Wow.
And Steinhaus.
Thomasette's up and out.
Yep. Steinhaus releases him, so it is 4-4, but that riding time is still there.
It is the difference maker.
So
Thomasette's got powerful legs, just tough to keep down.
Steinhaus has 1 minute to try to get this done. He's got to have a takedown to become an All-American and enhance Minnesota's chances for a national title.
Thomasette's tough, isn't he?
Very tough. The Pittsburgh wrestlers as a whole have impressed me in
And
this
he's not the
tournament.
only Thomasette that's wrestled for Pitt. That's a name that's been synonymous with Pitt.
Yep, absolutely.
We have a Penn State wrestler going down on Met
Marcus
6.
McIntosh.
Yeah, McIntosh versus Reed from Binghamton.
Okay, Binghamton Bears. Billy Baldwin will be helping us tomorrow. He'll be talking about Binghamton. Whether Reed wins or not. Steinhaus has a leg of Thomasette.
Steinhaus has a take.
Advantage two for the Golden Gophers.
That's 19 seconds left.
Wow. He's got to ride him. He's up 6-4.
Yep.
He's not going to get rid of the riding time. Thomasette really accumulated a lot of riding time. Big Granby roll there. Good hip cover there by Steinhaus.
Steinhaus
3, 2, 1. Minnesota Golden Gophers. They're having a nice round, you guys.
They're having a great round.
They are, man. Wow. Big round here for the Minnesota Gophers. They're in the lead with 73 points. So.
Yep, and just add to that lead with another 3.5 points.
We got Steve Monk and David Taylor. Monk with the funky headgear. The Monk headgeared out there with that kind of a bumper in front of it. So.
Adam Kuhn out to a 1-0 lead over Johnson from Ohio. Down here on mat number 1, it's in period 2.
Boy, that helps the play-by-play when they put their names on the back, doesn't it?
Hey, everything's
Chippewas
good.
were doing that for a while. I don't know if Central Michigan's doing that anymore or not, but Burak and Mario Gonzalez all tied up 0-0, 1 minute. Oh, a stall warning against Mario Gonzalez.
That could come back to haunt him later in that match.
Look at the ankle grab there by Gonzalez. He's just real technically sound. He just, for a big guy, his scramble ability is just amazing.
Boy,
every one of his matches turn out like this.
He just picks up that ankle and pulls
he got
back
Burak in
underneath
town.
him, and
He's
now
got him
he's
in
got
trouble.
Oh, but he doesn't have control, and now he does. Yeah.
Almost had a fall, by the way.
Yeah, very
A
close.
neutral fall.
Burak kind of rolled out of it, and then Gonzalez got the 2-point takedown.
So that's big for Mario Gonzalez. He gets the takedown 34 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, McIntosh with the big 2-point takedown on Reed with 1:29 to go in their first period.
Kuhn and
2-0.
Johnson really fighting for it over there.
Crawling out from under the table.
Yeah, they are, weren't they? Yeah, so much for the curtain, huh?
Yeah, so much for that.
Curtain comes down.
Pay no attention to all the legs behind the curtain.
Yeah, right. They're trying to stop because they're trying to get the curtain up.
Yeah, they got to fix things here.
Because they don't want us to see if anybody's shoes are off. Mine are.
Yeah.
In case you wondered what the smell was.
Oh, I
picked
wondered.
my shoes off.
I thought that was just because they might have moved somebody in the stands behind us.
Yeah, I've sat here long enough. I had to kick those babies off. They're comfortable. I like my Merrills, but nothing like just fresh air.
Yep, I understand completely. It's been a long day of wrestling.
It's been fun. We're loving it. My voice is still here. It's faded. It's changed tones. I'm no longer a tenor. I'm singing baritone.
All right, we get to the end of the first period. Mario Gonzalez up 2-1 over Nathan Burak from Iowa.
Wow.
And in the second period, about halfway through, Adam Kuhn still with a 1-0 lead over Johnson from Ohio.
Iowa would love to get some more points from Burak. The Hawkeyes would. Mario Gonzalez's team, you ready? In the top 10. They're in 10th place, the Fighting Illini.
And Nathan Burak, McIntosh in on a takedown shot, but fended off by Reed. Reed gets warned for stalling.
McIntosh really coming after the Binghamton Bear, huh?
All right, so now we've got a 2-2 score here.
Blood, I think. We got blood down on McIntosh's match with Reed bleeding, so take a time out there.
So Burak and Gonzalez all tied up at 2-2 now in the second period. And Hartman from Duke and Bonacorsi from Pitt are 0-0 down in their match. Burak in deep on a single leg, right on the edge of the mat. Gonzalez with a big sprawl.
He's one of the toughest guys to finish your takedowns,
Yeah.
I think, at 197. Don't you think
I
so,
do
Jeff?
too.
Mario
I do
Gonzalez, that is. There are so many times it looks like, well, he's going, and he comes out of it, doesn't give up 2 points.
Gets that leg back. He does the splits better than anybody I've ever seen.
That might be why he's used up more medical tape than anybody else in the nation this year.
Absolutely.
2014 season.
He's a mummy on that leg.
He's used up a lot of medical tape on that thing. I hope the school had it budgeted properly.
All right, and Nathan Burak tries to shoot a single leg, but Gonzalez kind of comes around the side.
On the bad leg.
Burak really twisting that leg.
You're just talking about that leg.
Nothing. Burak's got it up really high. Gonzalez kind of ducks
Cradle.
underneath. Burak with the takedown. He
Cradle.
gets the cradle and the takedown. I'm not sure if Burak can turn him with that or not.
And we're starting our semifinals, guys. You ready? Caldwell, Sulcer from University of Virginia. Caldwell, real solid, good-looking wrestler from Oklahoma State. And two of the great pinners right here, Monk, Taylor, and Taylor can pin you about any way he wants.
Yeah.
Monk's pinning is cradle.
And before you even get him introduced, David Taylor takes Monk down for a 2-point lead.
I'm sure Penn State would love to get a pin here, some bonus points, obviously, but Monk from North
Taylor
Dakota.
cradles up Monk. Oh, but Monk fights out of it. Just a little too brawny for that, I think.
Yeah. And he's fresh, too, just getting started, so probably able to break the hands of Taylor, but
Taylor lets Monk out. 2-1 now in favor of Taylor.
a lot of hand fighting here between Monk and Taylor. I know Monk and Marino's had some knockdown drag. They've had some great matches, guys.
Sulzer and Caldwell, 0-0.
So, yep, Caldwell, Taylor. Wow, is he fast? Well, Monk trying to kick up high to get out of that, but getting tilts. It's Penn State's David Taylor. Oh, guys, he's a real deal, huh?
Yeah.
As if we didn't hardly believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I have to be in part of the convincing
Taylor
committee.
tilts him and gets 2 more. 6-1 now in favor of Taylor.
I think he's his own convincing committee.
Oh man, he's getting that bar up. You know, once he
Taylor's
gets that bar, do not let him get a bar half or you're done.
He's tough.
That's right. Oh, Mario Gonzalez with a big roll, but Burak hangs on and follows him through. Still 4-2 in favor of Burak down here.
Mario wrestles like a 33-pounder. Big Ten champ 2 years ago at Purdue, Mario Gonzalez was. Monk up to his feet. Caldwell trying to get a cradle there against Salzer.
Yeah.
He's trying to lock him up. His foot might have went out of bounds, but I think Salzer's hand was in. So
Yep.
Caldwell doing a good job. Good mat strategy there by Caldwell.
Yep. Now they're off the mat.
Caldwell's beaten Howe before, and he just about beat Jordan Burles. We know Tyler Caldwell's the real deal.
Monk tried to pull David Taylor over the top.
Mistake number one.
And that didn't
Number
work. So Taylor let him go. So it's 6-2 now in favor of Taylor.
Taylor and Monk right now fighting off the North Dakota State Bison. I'm not sure last
Ohio
night.
beat
Johnson.
Michigan!
Yeah! A sudden victory over there between Kuhn and Johnson. And Johnson with the takedown and sudden victory.
Ohio beat Michigan, and us Ohioans do not like
Meg Kuhn is not an All-American.
No.
The phenom freshman goes down.
Yep.
Taylor has Monk in trouble. Monk comes out of this really good, guys.
Has Taylor by
Big
the leg and
scramble
takes
on
him
Monk.
down.
Now he's going to try his cradle, can he? 6-4. It's a 2-point match.
Yep.
Monk's got the claw in,
Yeah.
cross-body ride. He's trying to lock up that cradle, but Taylor's just thinking, now how can I not get a reversal but take this kid to the back?
Taylor's thinking, I'm not sure I want to let him get a cradle on me. That'd be kind of a bad deal.
End of the period. 1:29 of riding time in favor of David Taylor. And Monk gets the choice. Roger Kish be in the corner.
All right, so Tyler Clark and Earl Hall. Battle of the Iowas over here. I believe the two of them met early in the season.
Yeah, 9-8.
Yep.
So
Real barn burner. Hall had Clark on his back.
Oh man,
twice.
that pin, but Clark's tough. He's got lungs. You know Clark's going to make you work your whole time. So, but Hall's impressed me in this tournament. So we'll see what happens. Monk's trying to load up Taylor, but Taylor comes out and gets the reversal up 8-4 now with 1:16 of riding time and counting.
Yep, and Hall with a 2-point takedown on Clark.
And Sulzer and Caldwell still 0-0. I thought somebody just got an escape.
Somebody lit a fire under Morgan McIntosh down on the other end because he's now out 10-2 over Reed from Binghamton.
Wow, he's taking it to the Binghamton Bear.
That's bonus point city there.
Monk doing a good job just kind of staying put down there. That's what Marino did, and then finally Taylor threw in a power half. And as our friend Dan said a little bit earlier, Dan Sheehan said he's going to throw that in. He's trying to load up Monk Taylor as he's rocking back and forth.
All right, and Burke with a big 4-2 win over Mario Gonzalez. So Burke, an All-American.
Gonzalez trying to come back with a heavily taped and very injured knee. So Burke will be in the All-American run.
And you talked about J.T. Felix a minute ago. He's going to be on the mat right in front of us versus Austin Marsden from Oklahoma State.
2 more for Caldwell. 8-4. Just a regular decision, guys, between Taylor and Monk. Monk's just that tough. Loading up Monk is Taylor, though, trying to pick up. He's picking up back points. Nope, didn't give it to him. So, 22 seconds to go. Truckload of riding time for Taylor. So
Clark with the 2 points on Hall. So Clark now up 3-2.
Hall was leading that 2-1. Is that right?
Hall was ahead 2-1. All took him down. Clark escaped, and then Clark with the takedown here. Minute 31 seconds left in the first period of that match.
And Taylor Monk, it's closer than I thought it'd be, guys.
Yep.
Monk hanging here with Taylor. There's always the third period to wrestle, though. Somebody informed me.
8-4. Monk says, "Hey, maybe we should start on our feet here."
That's right. Monk, I think he'd want top, but he's controlling the head and the hips of.
Got to get a takedown to get back in.
Big ankle pick. Kel Sanderson ankle pick there by David Taylor.
Absolutely.
Boy, he was in there. We've seen a few of those back in the day with an Iowa State singlet on Kel Sanderson.
Yep.
Oh, and he's got Monk in trouble. Taylor
over
does.
on his back, but
Monk bails out wisely. Let's go. It's 10-4 now, just up by 6. So I don't think he'd want to tilt him or release him.
We go into
Taylor.
the third period down there between Caldwell and Sulzer. Caldwell out to a 5-0 lead.
Sulzer could still win, but I got news for you. The whole tournament, I thought Caldwell and Taylor's probably on a collision course.
Yep. And McIntosh now out to a 12-4 lead over Reed with a minute and 41 seconds of riding time. That clock winding down, about 8 seconds left in that match, so McIntosh is going to win that by a major decision.
It's kind of interesting to see Zach Esposito coaching Marsden at the heavyweight weight class, but you got Guerrero and Smith down there with Caldwell, so J.T. Felix takes down Marsden and now leads for the Boise State Broncos 10-5 now. Monk got out, so he's within 5 points.
Yep.
Believe it or not, folks, that's an accomplishment in itself. Another ankle pick there by Taylor. Monk bails out 12-5. Jeff?
Mike McMullen down from Northwestern down on the far end versus Connor Midbury from Wisconsin. Those two wrestlers have seen each other about half 100 times as well.
The battle of the Hawkeye and the Cyclone. Hawkeye still leading 3-2. Corey Clark. They wrestled earlier this year in about front of 9,000 fans there at Hilton Coliseum. Big throw attempt by Hall. He's got Clark's head.
And nope, time runs out. J.T. Felix with the 2-1 lead right here in front of us over Austin Marsden from Oklahoma State.
Boise State Broncos trying to get another All-American here.
And David Taylor with the big 13-5 win.
David Taylor wins 13-5.
Major decision.
Major decision, picking up some bonus points for Taylor winning again, not pinning his way through the tournament, but this Monk's a tough kid, guys.
Yep. Taylor with his fluorescent green socks.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. They're bright. Maybe he was cheering for the Baylor Bears in the basketball tournament. Maybe that's who he had to win the office pool. Suppose?
Sorry?
No, never mind.
Don't want to
It wasn't worth
that one, does
repeating
it?
now. So Caldwell still up to a 5-0 lead, and the time running out here in the third period. And there you go. Tyler Caldwell going to move into the championship match. And the Oklahoma State Sooners with another Oklahoma State Cowboys with another man in the finals.
Wow, that's going to be that's going to be a good match, guys.
Yep.
Caldwell, There's been another Caldwell, by the way, that did the Invincible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Earlier on, so I don't know. It'll be tough.
That should move Oklahoma State into the lead by a half a point.
I don't know.
77 to 76 and a half.
Penn State picked up 2 majors.
Good point, though. That's right.
They just
Good
picked up
bonus.
2 majors.
That's right. Penn State picked up 2.
So that's
McIntosh and
14
Taylor, right?
points. They picked up, no, that's 13, 12
10 and a
points.
half. 12, yep.
That's
So
12
that'll
points.
get them to 80 points and move them into the lead.
That's huge.
Plus they got Ruth coming back up.
Yep.
Yeah, Ruth's coming up, so Penn State might not be in third for very long.
But we got Chris Perry out here on the mat next.
Yep,
So
that's right. Perry for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. So who've only won, you ready? 34 team titles.
yeah. Clark,
They need another one, don't they?
Clark from Iowa out to a 7-4 lead, but you know what? The Iowa Hawkeyes are just sort of also ran at this point, unless they do something pretty special. They're down by a whole lot of points when Minnesota and Oklahoma State and Penn State get the current
Adding
caught up.
Yeah. So we got Evans and Perry here. They dueled this year, and I know Perry won in a tight match. So Perry's real tough and strong. He's a defending national champ at this weight class, actually.
Yep. So the end of the second period, and Clark's still up 7-4 over Hall. And we're 2-2 here between Felix and Marsden. And cleared out on the other end, we've got McClure and Tavanello. McClure, Mr. Atlas from Michigan State University, and Tavanello from Ohio State. McClure up 2-0, and McMullen with a 1-0 lead over Midbury.
Midbury got pinned by Tony Nelson, and it didn't take long. I remember that match.
Yep.
Big Tony took Midbury down and showed him the light. So,
Yep.
Midbury takes. Oh, did he get the takedown or not? They went out of bounds. Boy, it looked like he had McMullen just dead on, but
Both up.
that's not the case. So out comes Andrew Howe. He'll be wrestling Storley from Minnesota, and Storley's dangerous.
Yep. So Hall's right there where he wants to be with that front headlock. But the referee calls a stalemate. Looking for Earl Hall to do something pretty explosive here in a
Those
minute.
tosses he does if he can get him going. So he's got to load him up just right.
Yeah, because he's going to need to, because he's down 7-4, and Clark has 2 minutes of riding time. So
So it's
going to have to be a big explosive move, but you got to watch that match, because he's a guy who can do it.
Yeah, he can. He's dangerous. He's a pinner. We've seen him do that.
Yeah,
throughout
Clark
the year.
in low
Clark
on a
in
single.
deep.
Yeah. Clark's in a real
Trying to
good
fight it
place.
here. Earl Hall is. Clark trying to score the takedown here for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
All trying to fight him off.
He may have secured it or not.
All banging
All
on
doing
the
a
toe.
good job.
Yeah.
Hanging. There's 2 points more. 9-4, 10-4 with riding time. So say he's going to try to keep Hall flat. Keep that tight waist on him to ride him out. But parallel riding stalling too. So ref will have to keep track of that.
Yeah.
And Medbury and McMullen, what's going on down
Well,
there?
it's the end of period 2 with McMullen
leads,
still
I
with a
believe.
1-0 lead.
Right,
And
yeah.
McClure with a 2-0 lead over Tavanello.
Got the 2 mix right next to each other, McMullen and McClure. Here we go. We're getting ready for the finals to start, or semifinals, pardon me, to see who's in the finals.
All right, so it looks like Corey Clark's going to have a big win here with a 10-4 win over the Iowa Hawkeyes over the Iowa State Cyclones.
And pulling the power half. That's it. Hawkeyes win.
Hall gives him a push. Not happy about that.
Corey Clark was just kind of hanging on his back. Hall hanging on Hall's
Clark
back.
goes out, shakes hands with him. They
They're
have a
talking.
few words, and everybody's cool. And yeah,
That's a heated battle between those two.
Yep.
Brand's still firing off at him.
Yeah. Well, Clark actually was holding down Hall. He wouldn't allow him to stand up erect. So Hall just turned around and said, "You going to do that?
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a head. I'm going to give you a hand to the face."
I don't think anybody was real right or anybody was real wrong in that whole deal. I think everybody was real wrong, probably is the best way to say it.
Yeah, Hall shouldn't have did what he did, but possibly he got baited.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But hey, Hawkeye, Cyclone, contention.
no rivalry.
There's no rivalry there, is there? Maybe one of the greatest ever, actually. Well, Oklahoma State would argue with that.
Or Auburn and others, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And Alabama and
Well,
I guess
now
just
we've switched
wrestling.
sports.
Yeah.
Now we've switched sports. Hawks and Clones. We've watched some great ones, haven't we, Jeff? And we've been
Absolutely.
fortunate, really, when you think about it.
Yep.
Living close names, Iowa and Iowa City, Iowa.
Yep. The worst thing that ever happened to that matchup, though, was the fact that they went back to only one a year.
Yeah, it was fun when they dueled it twice.
Back in the year when it was like Bedlam and we wrestled them twice a year. That was fun.
Yep, that's for sure.
All right, so let's look around here. We've got JT Felix with 41 seconds left in his match, up 3-2 over Austin Marston from Oklahoma State. We've got McMullen and Medbury all tied up with a minute left in the third period in that match. We've got McClure with a 5-0 lead over Tavanello from Ohio State down in that match.
Well, Michigan State Spartan trying to become an All-American for him down there.
We got Cruz and Dance. Cruz from Lehigh and Dance from Virginia Tech just getting started as the lightweight guys crank around again to the second round of consolations.
Okay, go out of bounds. It hit the microphones. That was a talented JT Felix. His feet went right over the mics.
All right, so
McMullen with the takedown.
Oh, McMullen with the takedown, up 3-1 now with 27 seconds left in that period.
Howe gets a takedown on Storley. Andrew Howe, returning national champ.
Howe and Storley with, somebody needs to change colors in their uniform.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. It really will. Yeah. Kind of the same skin pigment too, so that might not be real easy to call. 3-3.
Look at this. If Oklahoma State loses, that's going to kill them in the team race to have their heavyweight.
3-3. Now, what happened down there to make it? I guess they go to
I'm not
overtime.
sure. JD Felix and Greg Randall trying to figure out. Greg Randall's up on his feet. Iowa Hawkeye.
Call. All right.
Phenom.
All right. So JT Felix in on a single leg
shot against
early.
Marsden.
Sudden victory here. And they worked themselves almost off the mat. Yeah, Marsden just kind of collapsed on him.
And Perry and Evans just in a fight here to try to get.
Yeah, Mike McMullen, All-American from Northwestern.
Could the two mix wrestle yet? McClure, McMullen? Possibly.
Probably will get an opportunity if they both win here.
Look at JT Felix. Marsden behind JT Felix. Takes him down. Marsden beats the Boise State Bronco.
Yeah, Marsden, another All-American. The Oklahoma State Cowboys on a roll
Big
tonight.
12 champion.
On a roll.
Champ. He wins at JT Felix.
All right, gonna push Penn State to the limit here.
He just talked. JT Felix just said something to the ref. Thanks a lot. It was that stall call with 1 second to go that allowed them to go into sudden victory. So.
Yep, that was Fudd who made the call.
Yeah, Randall's giving him his point of view on there.
Yeah, well,
Randall from Boise State.
I guess the problem that I would see with that is I can't argue with the stalling call, but again, most inconsistent ref in the whole tournament. Seen him a lot this year.
Another takedown for Howe.
Really hate it when something like that controls the outcome of a match. Not saying that maybe he shouldn't have called the stalling call, but a little consistency.
I have to tell you, I wasn't watching it, so
yeah.
Randleman's going to get in trouble here.
He keeps jabbering. Yeah,
he's pushing the issue. That's a warning.
Yeah.
Against Randall.
Yeah.
Boise State Bronco fans probably are
not happy.
No, they aren't. So.
No.
I really thought JT Felix would be a run for maybe top, not only All-American, but maybe in the 3rd to 4th place match. He's had that good of a year for Boise State. But.
Yeah. Well, we still got a 0-0 score out here in our championship match between Chris Perry and Mike Evans.
You mean Perry doesn't have 10 points already?
No.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wake me up.
Maybe not. And Storley and Howe up 4-1 now over Storley.
You know what his answer would be? His rebuttal? It's all about winning.
Yeah.
As long as I win,
that's right.
You can shut up, Mr. Foster, because I'm winning them. So that'd be a smart rebuttal too, I guess, on his behalf.
Yep. So I think we've got Thorne here, David Thorne and Cody Brewer right here in front of us. Thorne from Minnesota, Brewer from Oklahoma. So we'll see if Minnesota.
We got wrestlebacks or at the second round.
Yep. And this is in this match, like Hall and Clark's match.
Perry on a shot. Evans blocks him off again.
This will determine in these consolation brackets now whether you continue to wrestle tomorrow for either 5th or 3rd, or you drop down and you're in the 7th and 8th place match.
So Earl Hall's for 7th and 8th?
Yes.
Corey Clark will be for...
Corey Clark will wrestle one more time tomorrow
to determine
for the opportunity, to determine whether he's going to go for 3rd or 5th.
Storley wrestling, how tough. Hal's just such a brute beast, and he has so much conditioning. He's really been in control. If you watch, he's just really pushing Storley around. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Storley's good enough in this match. He's within striking distance. So Perry will take down Evans on top. Hawkeyes trying to get another finalist. They did earlier today with Tony Ramos. Big revenge match against A.J. Shop of Edinburgh, putting Shop on his back.
All right, so Perry out with an
There he is.
escape. 5 seconds into the match, 4 seconds into the period.
1-0. Favor Perry.
I think they
1-0 favor Perry. He's probably not going to do anything scary.
I think they took a team point away from Iowa State for Earl Hall's shove.
Shouldn't have. He was baited. Maybe both ways. Maybe take one from each, you know. But could be. They're down far enough. I couldn't tell you for sure. I don't know. So. And out is, like you said, boy, that's tough to call.
Thorne has
both exact same color.
It's difficult.
Same as here.
Yeah, Thorne in on the takedown against Brewer. He's up 4-1 now.
Actually, same exact team.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Oklahoma. So Brewers had a good little match, but Thorne's really been wrestling good today.
Howe up 5-2 over Storley as they walk back to the middle of the mat and restart with 1 minute and 27 seconds left in the second period.
Perry up 1-0 over Evans. Storley's going to really have to pull something out here to get this, pull some tricks out to get Howe off his base. He's just got such a solid base. Great stance, Howe. He's just hard to rock, you know.
Yep, we've got Port and Durso wrestling down on the other end. Port up 5-2 in that consolation match. And Roth and Beckman. Beckman up 2-0. Beckman from Lehigh, Roth from Central Michigan.
Glad all of our listeners are chiming in today. Those that didn't come to the tournament, I'm Steve Foster, Jeff Murphy to my left, and Danny Sheehan, Dan the Man, off to my right here, helping us technically. Giving us some play-by-play from time to time. I like when there's a wildcat.
They got that big old boom camera. Look at that big old boom camera. It's kind of sneaking in past the coaches over there.
That'd be good view, wouldn't it?
If somebody does something exciting, somebody could kick that
Evans
camera.
in on a shot for Perry, trying to get the takedown, and he does.
8 seconds left, so a really good time to take them down.
That is a good time. They're kind of in a wheelbarrow right now. You don't see the wheelbarrow.
There you go. That's time. So 2-1. After the second period.
Iowa needs that. They're in 4th place with 63.5 points and leader. You ready? Tied up, guys. Penn State and Oklahoma State all tied up 80.5 apiece.
So this is big for the Hawkeyes if they want to try to climb back in, and this is big for the Oklahoma State Cowboys if they want to try to win the tournament.
Yes, they are in with the grapevine ride as Perry breaks Evans down.
2-1. Perry says, I'm just going to ride him until we go to overtime. How about that?
Gonna try to.
Yeah.
Perry's tough on top. Boy, he's a brute. He's coming across the face of Evans. Man, that's a tough upper body ride, isn't it?
Trying to grind Evans' mustache off with the mat.
He might come up cleanly shaved.
Yep. Be careful, the smell of burning hair will come lifting over here pretty soon.
Big tough ride, but that's a parallel ride too. So the referee needs to be, those grapevines actually can be a situation. But you know what he's doing so wisely? He's working those arms.
Yeah, he's working.
Until he gets the legs out, he's not going to put Evans over.
He's doing just enough on Evans to make it look like he's trying to crank Evans over, but he's never going to get him
Look at that.
That looks like it hurts. He got a big old half in there.
He's going to feel that when he's 50. He might feel that one when he's 30.
He might feel it later tonight. 5-2. Allen over Storley. 1:41 left in that match.
Oh, man.
Boy, oh boy. Perry's just working him over. Perry with the riding time now, 1 minute and 4 seconds.
We're tied up 2-2. He's got to ride him out. Parallel ride or not.
Yep. And
fresh start or not. Howe up still 5-2 over Storley, Minnesota. 51 seconds of riding time for the returning champ. At a different school and a different weight class that'd be in.
This match down here between Thorne and Brewer, really a barn burner right now. I got to see who's got
8
the ankle.
9, 17 points.
I believe Thorne's up 9-8. 9-8, and Thorne's got about 2 minutes and 50 seconds of riding time.
You got a caution on Perry. Evans trying to do a reach behind, but once the legs get in, Perry does a good job with those underhooks. Bring it back. As soon as he does, he puts the hooks in, gets the grapevine right again. He's got Evans stretched out.
Yes, he does.
Arch in the back. When you get that arch back, there's a law of physics going on there. You're not getting out.
Oh, Evans back up to his feet, but Perry just stretches him back out again.
He's trying to turn him. 14 seconds to go. Evans back up to the referee's position. Perry needs to grab an ankle.
Dicey. Evans up to his feet. Perry hanging on. Perry hanging on real tight.
4 seconds to go.
Referee calls a stalemate.
So
4 seconds.
Wow, real tussle here. By the way, Howe's got riding time now. He's up 5-2 over Storley, Minnesota. Jeff Murphy.
So can Perry ride him for the last 2 through 1? Does Evans have one big deal? No. So it's 2-2. 2-2. We'll go to sudden victory here.
Sudden victory with the only takedown by Evans, correct, from Iowa.
Yes, absolutely. Perry rode him out for the riding time point, and he got the escape early. So
highly contested.
All right, Storley with an escape. Now Howe's up 5-2, but he's got the riding time. 5-3, excuse me.
He's in there, shot again. Evans is in on a single leg.
Evan in on a shot here.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean much against Perry. Perry's a wiry one.
He's tough. He's going to get
Evans trying to
on here. Evans trying
put his
to
head
pull
up.
that leg
Perry's
in.
got his hands in the crotch. It's going to be tough to,
Mike
I think,
Evans.
for Evans to pick him up.
This is a fight to get in the finals to see if one of these two can be a national champ or not. Evans doing a good job.
Oh, Evans pops the head out.
18 seconds to go.
But and Perry hanging
Evans
on.
trying to stick Perry.
Trying to turn him, but
He almost had him
Perry's still
pinned.
hanging in there. Oh, I think Perry's pretty close to being pinned.
Perry's almost pinned. Evans trying to turn around to get the reversal.
There's the clock. 2, 1. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Perry hangs on for dear life.
Like that.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's huge over there, huh?
Boy. Everybody's happy.
And they have the Hawkeyes and the Cowboys sitting next to each other. So hopefully you don't hear any firecrackers.
As we wind down to the end here, Andrew Howe with a 6-3 win over Logan Storley.
How's your finalist?
So Howe to the
Not
finals.
a huge surprise there, but
And over here in the other battle between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Oklahoma Sooners, Thorne with the 13-10 lead plus riding time as that one winds down.
Evans starts on down in the rideouts. Perry's got to bring Evans down to the mat. Could be a stall. Perry trying to drop down to the leg.
He gets called for stalling, but it's just
Called for stalling. So
Perry
Perry
down on the
hanging
leg.
on.
Referee says you've been
start.
warned. He's going to start him over. Thorne with the big victory over here.
This is huge, guys. This is big. Brands wants something else. Brand says locking of hands. Brand says he's locked that Perry locked his hands illegally. So he's put the flag up. So boy, that'd be huge. That'd be an actual point.
Yes, it would.
Look at Perry. He's saying, I'm not sure. I don't know if he even remembers if he locked his hands or not.
Well,
This has
I tell
been
you-
a great fight by Evans.
While we take this little break here, I'm going to get something to drink right behind me.
Sounds good, Jeff Murphy. All right, sounds good. Big match here. We're going to have fun. Ready? Grajales and Maple. This will have some fireworks, guys. Eric Grajales against Eric Maple. Last year's 141-pound, 141, pardon me. No such thing as 151-pound weight class. But 141 champion there for the Sooners, and a Michigan Wolverine is Eric Grajales. They're reviewing it, and we're going to watch it up here on the big screen, Danny. See if his hands were locked.
Yes, they were.
Those are locked hands. Very observant by Coach Tom, by Brands. I don't know if it's Terry or Tom, but whichever Brands is out there, very observant. I think you're right, Dan. I think that's locked hands. They showed it here on the Jumbotron, and Evans' mustache is still attached.
How?
Yeah, I know.
How?
How does that? He must have that stuff, his whiskers glued to his lip. All right, guys, here we go. I think it's a locked hands. What do you think, Dan? We got to watch it up here, Jeff Murphy, on the Jumbotron.
No, they didn't give him one.
They did not give it to him. Brands is livid. He's saying, watch the video up here, buddy. Wow. I don't know how he didn't get the locked hands. Jeff Murphy, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Perry tough on top.
Yeah,
We've
Perry,
seen this already.
both
Getting the
legs
claws
in, just crushing Evans. Kind of a backbreaker type move, yeah. So, did you hear that the little rant that Randleman went on down here for Boise State? They deducted a team point from him for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Randleman, yeah.
Splato on that one. Splato.
And we got Evans riding on top of Perry Tough.
Yep. So Perry got to scoot out of here. 25 seconds. Evans tries a chin drop, and Perry stands up. Nope. Perry trying to split the hands.
I think Cologne wins the pin.
No, that's Lazor.
Lazor.
Oh, and Perry with the 1-point escape. So he's up 3-2 with 11 seconds left.
Evans in on the leg.
Yeah, but Perry on the edge of the mat. 5 seconds. If Evans is going to do something, he better do it fast. And that's it. And that's it.
Perry wins it for Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
He's shooting his pistols off the Hawkeye fan.
That's not making anybody happy in the Hawkeye fandom. All right, so the Oklahoma State Cowboys right here in front of the home crowd with a big win.
I think Brands is telling them, don't worry about it, you just got screwed. Perry had locked hands, but ref said they weren't locked, so big win for Oklahoma State and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Some more points for Chris Perry.
All right, Perry cuts right across the other mat over here. You know, you could, maybe somebody might be wrestling there. Stay off the mat, buddy.
At St. John, Brands are doing jumping the chairs here. We got another Brands and Morningstar getting ready for St. John.
St. John's going to wrestle Parati.
Oh, that was tough. That was a great one, guys.
Yeah, that was good. So we're going to see Andrew Howe and Chris Perry in the rematch.
Oh, my gosh.
That'll be a big one tomorrow night.
Oh, my gosh.
If you want to put money on it for me, that's the match I want to see last.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to vote.
I want to see Caldwell Taylor last.
Oh, no, that won't be near as good a match. Andrew Howe and Chris Perry, put them at the end.
Not that Dan's vote won't be good. It would, my friend, but I'm kind of leaning this way, too. Perry and Howe. Just because of the way the win was for Perry, too.
I mean, the only way you do Taylor is if you think he's so special that you think he deserves to have the last match. If you want to keep the TV audience and see the best match of the night.
That's a good point. David Taylor would be a big attraction, obviously. Everybody loves what he's done over his career.
So,
Chip Doc's over there getting ready. The Kecklers showed up, you guys.
All right. With a different pair of jammies on tonight. And James English.
I don't even want to know how he dirties him.
James English from Penn State with a 3-0 lead over Habit from Edinburgh. I'm sorry, Steve.
TMI. We'll keep going doing play-by-play.
Crack me up. All right.
That's my job, you know. DeChow and Chip Doc. We're going to have Dean and Ruth, guys. Big rematch between Cornell and Penn State. So
that's going to be good. That's going to be very good. English just taking it to Habit down there. And Isaac Jordan, the fabulous freshman phenom from Wisconsin. And James Green, but Green's just a little too much for him. He's got a 5-0 lead.
Wow, that's a tough match down there, huh? Isaac Jordan and Green. Green's up, or Green trails 5-0. Is that right?
No, Green's up.
Yeah,
5-0.
Yeah, over Isaac Jordan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And right here in front of us, Kendrick Maple.
Which is a rematch, by the way. Jordan did beat Green earlier.
Yep. Sorry. Kendrick Maple, 4-1 over Eric Verhalis from Michigan.
The Wolverine against the Sooner.
And Derek St. John with a 2-point takedown, so St. John out to a 2-0 lead over Parati from Rutgers.
Now, if Maple would win, where's that take Oklahoma? They were just in 10th, and Howe plot them in a 7th.
They'll get...
They might be bumping up even more.
Well, hang on, I'll tell you what they do here. I'll know here in a minute.
You know what was tough for them, I think, was Travis Rutt going out.
Travis Rutt was extremely tough for him.
Because I really saw him going to the semis or the quarters or being top 5 or even in the finals if Rutt wrestled that tough, you know.
So you're All-American.
So here we go, guys.
So these matches in the consolation round now are worth 3.5 points again.
So Michael Marino trying to get 3.5.
All right, so English gets stuck. Habit from Edinburgh with a big pin over English.
Wow.
Yeah.
Silverberg and Marino for what, the 5th time this year, maybe?
Yeah.
I saw him at the Harold Nichols.
So
I know in the Harold Nichols, Marino majored him. Go ahead.
Well, so my just point there, English was having his way with him. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't see it. I just saw him slap the mat, and it was all over.
Did you just say I'm not sure what happened? Habit?
Well, I know. Yeah, out of force of habit.
Out of force of
So
habit.
Green has decided that he doesn't want to mess around with the fabulous phenom, so he's just going to score 11 points on him. 11-0 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the second period.
Been a long time, I think, since Jordan's had bonus points scored against him. But
Yeah.
it's a revenge match because I think that was Green's only loss. He was the number 1 seed. I don't think Green had lost. Let's see here, back to 31-2, so he lost again. Marino and Silverberg down there wrestling.
All right.
Those two have met a lot. They ought to know each other's repertoire moves.
Yeah.
I'd say it's their 5th time to meet this year.
Yeah.
And as much as we enjoy the Silverberg wrestler and the strong heritage from Minnesota, I don't think he's won yet. I think Marino's beat him each time.
Well,
But stranger things have happened in the
absolutely.
Nationals.
Absolutely.
When you get in this big dance, you take all that other stuff and toss it out the window. It's a fresh restart.
That's right. So Kendrick Maple down here with a 4-1 lead, and St. John still up 2-1 at the beginning of the second period.
So if Maple would win, if he would beat Grajales from the Michigan Wolverines, that'd be big for
Look
Oklahoma.
who wandered in to see us.
Yeah, Mr. The Champ showed up. Come on over, buddy. We'll get Zabriskie in here a little bit for us. Returning national champ. So we'll get him on here to help us out a little bit.
Yep,
Help critique us. Yeah, I'm glad Zabriskie showed up before the heavyweights got out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can get some heavyweight expertise coming up here with David Zabriskie. How you doing, champ?
Doing all right. I figured I'd show up for the big guys.
That's right.
Well, I've been getting
They
your
are the most
text all day.
exciting.
You've been getting my text too, I think.
Yeah.
How'd your nap go?
Oh, pretty well. I needed it. It's a long day.
The last text I got from you. Okay, Steve, I'm taking a nap right now. So, good job. It's always great to have the champ here.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's a long day. I know, got to get the guys prepared, so you're warming them up, just really babying, making sure they need everything they need.
Wow.
You know?
Some great matches here. You were king of overtime, so you had some great matches involved. National champion for Iowa State, in Omaha, Nebraska, right? Your senior year?
Yeah, 2010.
2010. That long ago already.
Wow.
It's 2014.
That's hard to believe. That didn't seem like that
Before you
long
knock
ago.
champ,
Yeah.
you'll be 50 years old. So, don't want to rush that anymore than we need to, but it's always great to have a NCAA champion join us here.
So Green, just to break in a sec, Green
Okay.
actually won that match, surprisingly.
Yeah, majored
Yep.
Isaac Jordan, a freshman from Wisconsin.
We got Matt Brown from Penn State all the way down on the far match. He's wrestling against Hammond from Cal State Bakersfield. That's 0-0. And Mike Moreno out to a 2-0 lead over Danny Silverberg from Minnesota.
And like I say, I think Silverberg and Marino's wrestled 4, maybe 5 times. This could be the 5th time this year. Marino coming out on top each time, but Silverberg's had a real good tournament for the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Boy, I want to tell you, I enjoy the fact that we're on TV, but my God, they make this a long production.
Yeah.
It's already 20 after 9.
Gives us a lot of field time. We get a lot of practice on this
my
field
goodness.
time.
You know, we're usually done by this time.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
field time, let's talk about with Zabriskie. You're out to Lehigh right now.
Yep.
Helping the upper weights for Lehigh.
Yep, training.
Mountain Hawks.
Keep training with those guys, training with the LVC, so we do a lot of international tours and getting that experience.
Sounds good. You'll be at Las Vegas. I got a feeling something coming up there, and then Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got next?
Right now, really get back to Bethlehem, spend the next month just training for the Open.
For the Open, which will be Vegas, right?
Yep.
And then off to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go up and cheer for you, Madison. I got a wedding in the
Madison or Ann Arbor?
Madison, Wisconsin. Thinking it's a Madison, right? Pretty sure. That's what I've been told. So, I don't know. I'll send it to your GPS, my friend. All right. We'll make sure Zabriskie, the champ, makes it there. Speaking of champs, these guys are fighting for championships, and Dean in on a shot with Ruth, but Ruth trying to roll Dean out.
Yeah.
Only loss of Ruth's season right here, my friend. Only loss.
Yeah, I think
3 losses this year.
Oh, boy. Referee gives Ruth a 2-point takedown. I don't think so, but
Tough takedown call there by the referee for Penn State.
coaches aren't challenging it, so I guess it'll stand.
It's tough. They haven't really won any challenges, so
Yeah.
you almost start to question, is it worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do they ever admit they're wrong?
They got to have a better challenge system. For the guy to go over and look at the TV and then try to call himself wrong is not right.
Well,
Yeah.
Dean's out. know if I've seen that powerful leg since Zabriskie was out there. Dean's got a nice pair of legs on him, don't he?
Huge legs on
That's the way the champ was here. That's what made Zabriskie this giant slayer back in the day.
And
Shiptalk, wow.
Yep, Shiptalk just powering into a single leg on DeChow.
One of the two still undefeated wrestlers this year. Taylor and Shiptalk in on a shot there. And DeChow wrestling tough here for Old Dominion. You ready? 13 seed.
Yeah.
Against the number 1 seed.
Yeah. Well, it's been a crazy tournament.
Some of these 97 and 49, man, you see some of those seeds wrestling in the corners?
Yeah, like any tournament or like any NCAA tournament, like it doesn't really matter what you do during the year. That kind of gets you like your spot in the bracket. But even more so this year, it's just been like unbelievable. Like you see guys just coming to wrestle and completely forgetting what happened at the conference tournament, what happened like during the year, and just upsetting guys that I don't know they lost to 2 or 3 times this year already.
Good observation by the champ. Zabriskie. They both start with Z. Silverberg trying to do just that thing against Marino. Michael Marino still up 3-2. Ruth got the first takedown, so he's up 2-1 against Dean. Minute and 8 seconds left in the first period. What do you see?
Grajales
Comes
just
back. What
beats
happens?
Maple.
Wow, and Oklahoma
5-4.
Wow. Michigan might be in the top 10 now. Honda Wolverines, I'm not sure how far they are down.
Yep. Ed Ruth in on a single leg against Dean again, but they go out the mat. The referee calls a stall warning on Dean.
Against Cornell.
Yeah, no, Ruth is certainly coming out a lot harder. I think he kind of took him for granted last time, like Gabe, like.
I would think so too.
No, he just wrestled a solid match. Like he just never gave up. He was just a constant grind. He gave up the takedown, just kept riding hard, kept looking for shots, and just completely caught like Ruth off guard. And before he knew it, the match was over. He just got him exhausted and just really wrestled a perfect match against him last time.
Was that the scuffle? Is that right? I think that was the scuffle, wasn't it? Down in Tennessee. So the scuffle is where Dean beat Ruth. Now Ruth in on the shot. We got to go the ticker tape up there to keep track of that one. Can't see the scoreboard. Well, I guess we can a little bit. Depends on how high the camera people set. What do you see, Jeff Murphy?
Derek St. John with a 6-5 win in a very controversial end to that match, but the referees decide that St. John, with the riding time, wins 6-5.
So Iowa picks up some more points. They're in 4th place now with 63.5. They'll get some more points before it's all said and done. Dean and Ruth, we're going to see who gets the choice.
Yep.
It goes to Dean. Dean takes down right away. Yep. So Gabe Dean, a freshman for Cornell.
2-1.
Shiptalk and DeChow out here right now, and it's all tied up, guys, between Shiptalk and DeChow. Old Dominion, Maryland Terp. Maryland getting ready to head into the Big Tens. Tough on top is Ruth. Really riding tough.
Moreno up 4-2 now over Silverberg. 23 seconds left in that match.
Marino got the escape.
Moreno's got riding time as well.
He's got a minute 14 seconds of riding time, so.
Dean up to his feet, but Ruth takes him back to the mat.
Dean's got a lot of power in those legs. I know when I saw Zabriskie wrestle out there, your legs got you up in that inside stand. What was your favorite stand-up? You like the inside, or what'd you do?
Oh, I would just do like a knee slide to create some space, get a little bit of space between your back and the guy's chest, and then like just do a basic stand-up from there.
Okay, creating that space was important for you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
those big guys.
Moreno gets Silverberg one more time, so Mike Moreno moves on to the 3rd and 5th place matches tomorrow. Silverberg will wrestle for 7th.
Doesn't seem like they depart as enemies either. They were both patting each other on the back and said, hey, you know what? I think we did a whole entire practice against one another. Maybe we met so many times this year.
Boy, Gabe Dean just cannot get away from Ed Ruth. Ruth just riding him tough.
He's on him tough, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Not letting him go.
I mean, Dean's been to his feet half a dozen times, and Ruth keeps taking him back to the mat.
He's got a real stocky build, Dean does, so he's probably hard to keep down completely, but a lot of speed.
We get to the end of the second period in this match between Shiptalk and DeChow, and that's all tied up 2-2.
34 seconds running time in favor of Shiptalk.
All right, so Tyler Wilps and Robert Kokish down here, 0-0, and Lovesendorf from Citadel and Harger from Northwestern. That's all tied up 0-0 down here as
Here's
well.
Harger, little foot sweep attempt there. 1 point escape for Shiptalk.
Yep, DeChow just cuts him right away.
Might bring the Maryland heckler to his feet if we aren't careful.
Dean up again and back down again.
Yep, Ruth doing a good job. Boy, he has ridden him. Let's get the riding time. You ready, guys? 2 minutes and 7 seconds of riding time.
Yeah.
Favor Ruth. So Dean just not able to get out. Kind of a freshman problem for a lot of them, but I think this one has more to do with his opponent, and he's a freshman, because I got a feeling Gabe Dean got out a lot. And I don't think too many people rode him, but
Brown from Penn State up 8-3 over Hammond, so 9-3 with riding
final?
time. Yep, so Brown from Penn State moves on.
so the Nittany Lions. And what do you think of your coach and his team? Huh? He coached you for a few years, Kel Sanderson.
Yeah, a great coach. He's got quite the team race going on right now. If you
Yeah,
want to
he
talk about
does.
that for a little bit, it's been a battle all around. I think it's changed after every match.
Okay, out. Oh, I tell you what, Ruth is up now 3-1 now. 2 minutes 15 seconds of riding time in favor of the Penn State Nittany Lion. Shiptalk and DeChow fighting it out here with Shiptalk leading 3-2. 44 seconds to go in the third and final period. Just 28 seconds of riding time.
Yeah, I want to tell you, DeChow's giving Shiptalk everything he wants in this match.
It's 13 seed
To
from
the point where
Beans come up.
DeChow just keeps trying to shoot on him, and Shiptalk keeps shucking him off. Backing away. The referee calls a stalling call on Shiptalk.
So he's been warned. Jimmy Shiptalk trying to stay undefeated. Came into the tournament 31-0. So
Yeah, DeChow just can't get through those shoulders and arms of Shiptalk. That's his problem right now. He can't get low enough to do it, or he doesn't have an angle enough.
minute 15 seconds left between Dean and Ruth. Ruth trying to get the revenge match here.
Yep. DeChow comes at him again, but Shiptalk fights him off.
Those underhooks are important.
Yep.
That overhook there.
Yep. Shiptalk just keeps backing away. DeChow's tried about everything. Yep.
Wow, Shiptalk wins it, guys.
Yeah, got to give DeChow a lot of credit though, because he
yes.
just chased him the whole third period. Not a real impressive win for Shiptalk.
That's right. So Maryland gets a finalist, the Terps, which will be in the Big Ten next year, along with Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights. Be about in your backyard, really. Jersey.
Yeah.
Rutgers.
Not very far away at all.
Kind of glad they didn't recruit you, my friend.
So Cornell, Gabe Dean and Ed Ruth still 3-1 in favor of Ruth.
Or if they did, at least you made the choice that we enjoyed. It is worded that way. Yeah, 3-1.
Yep. Not exactly an awe-inspiring match.
Oh,
Dean in on a single leg, and if he can get that other leg,
3-1.
he can make this a lot closer.
Well, Ruth won't pick up any bonus.
And he does. So
That's it, but it looks like he's going to run out of time.
3-3, but Ruth's got a jillion minutes of riding time, 9 seconds left.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
But if he gets the takedown, then he wins 5-3, correct?
He cuts him immediately then.
Damian Hahn very wisely. In Gray, Coach Gray.
Yep.
Cut him.
Says stand him up. Stand him up and let's start 9 seconds. So Dean's got 9 seconds to make this happen. And Ruth probably isn't going to let it happen. That's it.
Ruth end up with 2 or not? I guess not. So with riding time, Ruth wins it. They're not booing, folks. They're saying Ruth.
So 4-2, 4-3.
So big win there. 2 minutes, 11 seconds of riding time in favor of Penn State.
Yeah.
So 5-3, they got it up on the scoreboard. So Ruth takes it, guys. He's another finalist trying to go for his 3rd title. One of the 3. We got Tony Nelson trying to go for a 3rd title. You got Ruth, and then Logan Stieber, I believe, is the other one, Ohio State Buckeyes.
So Tyler Wilp's down here with a 1-0 lead over Robert Kokish from Nebraska. That's in the 2nd period. And Lovensdorf from Citadel and Harger out to a 1-0 lead in the 3rd period.
Welps right now really working the head of Kokish.
Yep, and we're going to see Morgan McIntosh and Kyvan Gadsden down on the other end. There's 0-0 right now.
Gadsden came off with a big pin that last round, so he advanced and got the fall for Iowa State.
And Bernstein from Brown and Thomas from Penn. Thomas up 5-2 right now. So we'll see McIntosh and Gadsden. Gadsden can kind of get back at McIntosh about that seeding.
That's right. Yeah. The 5th and 3rd seeds.
So we'll see if this proves itself out here.
Gadsden lost earlier today against Schiller in a thriller, as we call that one. Schiller in a thriller over Gadsden.
You know, Scott Casper comes and sits down next to us. Scotty, I think ESPN has more commercials than Takedown Radio.
They go on and on. I don't know we've had this much fill time.
Well, they're trying to turn it into a 3-hour show. What? They don't have Kevin and they don't have Riddox. Yeah, exactly.
They don't have the champ. We got the champ here, Casper. That's right, man. We got the champ, so.
I'll tell you what, I don't know that I've ever been to this semifinal round when the consolations are going to get over before the championship matches, but it's going to happen tonight.
Maybe help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll make it through 2 whole rounds before these
before
semis are
one.
And is Gadsden's match started or not? It's just on deck, you said.
It's going to be...
Lovenjor wins here. Gets that right against Pierce Harger. So Lovenjor beats Pierce Harger from Northwestern. So big win there for Citadel.
All right.
Victorious and Welps and pardon me, Kokish. I'm getting all choked up over that match. Kokish 1-1, 1:27 to go in the 3rd and final period between Welps and Kokish.
1-1.
I've just about talked myself into total hoarseness.
Yeah, but
Zabriskie thought that was impossible. I bet.
it doesn't happen often. You've had a lot of practice.
Behind you?
We have. I enjoyed your trip. I remember having your trip. Yeah, it'd be good. I appreciate it. The old timer and the young champ.
We're going to get to see another Minnesota Golden Gopher right here in front of us as Kevin Steinhaus and Schwartz from Boise State go at it.
2 tough ones. They're both studs. Steinhaus is a real pedigreed and Schwartz a great wrestler for Boise State. One of the 2 Schwartz brothers. He had a brother wrestle for the Broncos earlier in his career. Maybe back when Zabriskie was rolling around in the Unidome, I think. The Boise Broncos had a Schwartz.
Yeah, possible.
Yep, there were 2 of them at one point in time.
Z says, I'm not sure. I was just out there busy beating everybody.
Yep.
He was just out there winning all his matches. And we were having fun calling him, Z.
Yep, I was just out there doing my thing, trying to help out the Cyclones at the time.
Help out Iowa State, taking down those 285-pounders. There's some big ones.
All right, so Steinhaus with the big 2-point takedown here early in the first period.
Against Schwartz. I really thought J.T. Felix would be running for an All-American maybe.
Nope, not quite. And in the match between Kokish and Wilps, it's still 1-1.
Boy, Welps.
Riding time not a factor.
Welps is tough. I think he was the one that eliminated Tanner Weatherman earlier on by a point. I remember 3-2.
Sure did.
He was in tussle with Weatherman, state champ out of Huxley Valley High School.
We're getting close here on these. I don't even know where we're at. So
Schiller.
Been so long, I've forgotten who I am.
Against Heflin, and we got Cox, Phenom Fresh out of Missouri against Penny for the Virginia Tech Hokies.
All right, here we go. We're going to get started here.
We'll call these matches anytime.
All right, we're in the sudden victory overtime over here if it matters between Kokish and Wilps. So we'll keep you abreast of what happens there. Wilps in on a single leg.
He's trying
and Wilps goes to a double. Kokish kind of grabs an ankle.
Nothing yet. The referee's still calling it off.
Yeah.
No takedown for Wilps.
Yeah. Kokish kind of rolls around. Wilps, shoelace to shoelace. Wilps kind of come out the back, and Kokish ducks underneath again with the ankle. I think Wilps just got to get on top of him a little more.
Now I got one for my contact.
There you go. Wilps going to try to roll him up into a cradle, and he calls potentially dangerous on the move. Oh, I tell you what, that referee, they ought to just move him back to junior high.
What do you think, Steve with an iPhone, huh?
I know, smartphone.
The old timer now. What's up, huh? Man, I'm learning.
Traded in the dumb phone for the smartphone.
I did. I got it. Yep, the flip top went away. Hey, Murph and I are old enough. We remember this. The old dial phone.
Yeah, the dial
We go
phone.
back a little bit. So things have evolved.
All right, and so the sudden victory all over with here, and got to go to 2 30-second rideouts. We'll keep you posted on what happens between that match between Kokish and Wilps. We're going to start the championship round here.
Started with Heflin and Schiller. And
we're going to some hand fighting here. Heffler had an injury 5:36 one, and then a medical forfeit, and then he had his first real complete match. The last match, 8-1, a decision for Ohio State Buckeyes. So,
Yep. And
looks
Penn
big.
State vaults back into first place with 91 points to Oklahoma State's 87.5.
wow.
Minnesota with 80.
Yeah, this
I'll tell you what, gonna be
tough.
big
Minnesota's
tomorrow in those
got-
consolation rounds. Wow.
Yeah.
Minnesota's got the big guy coming up in Schiller, so this is important here.
Yeah.
Schiller and then Big Tony Nelson.
Yep. 2 wins here, and that'd be just huge for the Golden Gophers.
Yeah, this is the closest I've seen the team race since I've been coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's tight. It really is. I'm old enough to remember when Bud Palmer, Frank Santana got the towel threw in, and
Yeah.
Iowa won by half a point.
Half a point.
Over the Iowa State
After
Cyclones.
Gable refigured the score.
That was about a half a century ago. But yeah, that was good stuff. So
Never mind. Absolutely. All right, so we got it back to live action here. And there's a little of it.
Schiller trying to create a thriller here against Heflin. Heflin 27-1 coming into the tournament, 28-29. He's 30-1 officially.
Gadsden up 2-1 over McIntosh down on the far mat.
Penn State, Iowa State.
Yep, that's a big one for the team race as well. That could be worth
McIntosh
3.5
in
points.
for a shot against Gadsden. Gadsden fights it off. They go out of bounds, 2-1, 1:35 to go. The first period, so that one's fresh between Gadsden and McIntosh. So Kevin Jackson will be in one corner, I'm sure. And Kel
Oh,
Sanderson
Penny in
will be
on an
the-
ankle, trying to pick it up on Cox. Cox jumping about 6 foot in the air, so he can't trip him.
You know, normally Cox has a takedown or two by now.
Oh, Cox,
Big
Cox
hits by
goes up.
Cox.
Yep, but he gets out of it. But boy, he jumped about 6 foot in the air on that
Did you
one.
see that whizzer by Cox?
Yeah.
Man, he's a tough kid, real athletic, very explosive, real powerful legs. So.
Very explosive.
Penny's got good leverage though. He hardly looks like a 97-pounder.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just
Oh,
looks
yeah.
tall.
He's having a great tournament, too. He's really, really coming along.
He has. You're listening to the champ, Dave Zabriskie, 2010 heavyweight champ in Omaha, Nebraska. We remember when he won that for the Iowa State Cyclones. 4-time All-American. Well, how many Big 12 championships?
Oh boy,
4?
big move by
Three.
Schiller.
3 of them. Big.
I thought Schiller was going to put Heflin on his back, but Heflin somehow came out of it. And Schiller and Heflin back on their feet, 0-0.
Yeah.
First period winding down to a close.
Heflin Schiller, not quite a thriller yet.
Yeah.
So, Cox in on a shot, but Penny,
Penny over there still hanging tough, giving him everything he's got.
nice
Yeah.
sprawl there by Penny.
No score in either match.
Yeah.
As far into the semifinals.
A little bit more action, I think, between Penny and Cox as far as the action.
Yep.
If we had an action meter here, I think it would have been going up just a little bit more
We got
between the two.
McMullen and Johnson down there on the far map. McMullen from Northwestern, Johnson from Ohio.
Should we create the action meter or not?
Yeah,
I don't know how you'd actually get it to work.
And down there you've got Kevin Steinhaus with the 3-2 lead over Schwartz. And
Schwartz.
you've got still in the, I guess we're in the second set of sudden victory over here. It's 2-1. I'm not sure what's cooking.
Think of what happens, guys, to the team race if Steinhaus, Schiller, and Nelson wins.
Yep.
That's a lot of gold.
All right,
points.
so Wilkes
Yeah.
trying to, and Kokish comes out the victor over there from Nebraska
Oh,
after
well.
a whole lot of overtime.
Wow.
Great
Boston,
match.
Big Boston Marathon match. I'm giving Rochalt Zabriskie flashback here.
So time runs out between Penny and Cox, so they move to the second period.
In on a shot there is Schiller.
Yeah.
Heflin fighting him off.
Yep, Heflin with the escape, so 1-0 in his favor.
Of course, Schiller and Gadsden had a lot of showdowns this year, but I haven't been able to watch Heflin much until Madison, Wisconsin up in the Big Ten. So, boy, Cox driving Penny right into the table almost, but fortunately for Penny, Cox puts the emergency brake on. He is up. Cox is from Missouri, the freshman, 1-0 over Penny of Virginia.
All right, and Kyvan Gadsden, you speak of him, he's up 3-1 over McIntosh from Penn State down at the far end of the auditorium.
Iowa State, Penn State showdown. There's Cox. Boy, he's a takedown.
Cox with 2 right on the edge of the mat.
He's got some great takedowns for that weight. He's real tough with those legs. He's very explosive.
So that's 3-0 in favor of Cox. 1:36 left in the second period.
It's hard to believe. We've had some good freshmen, haven't we, champ, this year? Some great freshmen. Just Kuhn, Rutherford. Just a lot of them. Cox.
Yep, we've got Burak and Hartman over here on mat number 1. There's 0-0 in the first period.
Yeah, Hartman's tough. He's been good for Duke.
Yeah, he has.
You know, I haven't seen many wrestlers from Duke since Conrad Duziak. Somebody Zabriskie
And there it is.
defeated.
Steinhaus with a 5-6-2 win with riding time, 6-2.
That helps the Golden Gophers.
That
Give them
helps the
some more
Golden
points.
Gophers a lot. And we end the second period here between Heflin and Schiller. Still 1-0 in favor of Heflin. Riding time not a factor at all. Schiller starts on the bottom to start the third period.
Penny's out. Gadsden's still up 3-1, I think, down there with a minute and 30. Not even third period yet down there.
Yeah.
Second period.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they had a challenge or something down there.
Yeah, they did. They had some kind of a challenge that stopped everybody from.
Yeah, collar tie there by McIntosh. So you got Kevin Jackson in one corner and Kel Sanderson in the other.
All right, Schiller up to his feet as the third period starts, and he's out.
So he
And the
scores
clock
first.
has exactly 0 seconds of riding time.
You know, Cox up 3-1, but Penny's smart. He's kept this within striking distance.
Yeah.
Real smart by Penny.
So 1-1 between Schiller and Heflin. Both wrestlers on their feet, middle of the mat.
Big match here between Missouri and the Hokie of Virginia Tech. In the corner for the Hokies is Kevin Dresser out of Humboldt, Iowa. National champ from the Iowa Hawkeyes back in the day. Some great matches with Joe Gibbons, who won some titles for Iowa State too. Brain Trust there. He's got his Hokies ready. They're a good team, aren't they, Z? I like to see the Hokies. They do a good job.
Yeah, the last couple of years they've kind of been on the brink, and this is kind of their breakout tournament again.
You know, they got Devin Carter, right, if I remember right, in the finals, so they could end up
Schiller
with
in on
two.
a little half shot. Sorry, Steve. Schiller on a half shot, but Heflin sort of just peels him off.
Burek and Hartman, nothing there.
Yeah, I think that's a 0-0 still.
Yeah.
All right, so 1-1, 49 seconds left in this semifinal match between Schiller and Heflin.
Cox got about 40-some seconds now. 43 seconds of riding time. Penny needs to get up and out.
Again, Schiller tries something. Heflin just sort of fights him off.
Cox really not wrestling like a freshman. He's really wrestling tough.
This is sort of reminiscent, Steve, of the Big Ten tournament here.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Just kind of a push fest.
Yep, a push fest.
Yeah, it's just, we have all kinds of titles. Yeah, push fest. I forget the other one.
Yeah.
We make them up as we go, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it interesting. 10 seconds to go on the push fest between Schiller and Heflin, Ohio State, Minnesota.
Schiller with a bunch of half shots.
He's been taking the shots.
Yeah.
Heflin has.
But he really
he's
hasn't
not
taken
committing.
anything for real, no.
Not really committing. He's just going down on a knee and bouncing back.
Kyvan Gadsden up 5-2 now over McIntosh in the third period. Sudden victory over here between Schiller and Heflin.
Got him in a wheelbarrow. You don't see the wheelbarrow very often down there between Gadsden and McIntosh. Penny trying to get out. Cox ready, 1 minute and 30-some seconds. 1 minute, 31 seconds of riding time for Cox. He's up 3-1.
Oh, Schiller tries to crush him. He's trying to, but Heflin peels him off. Schiller in on an ankle now. Heflin peels him off. Boy, Heflin's strong.
He is, but I have to tell you, it's been about, even those were...
Oh, in on a double leg now.
Just as I was going to say,
he's going to body lock Schiller, and they're on the edge, and what's going to happen? Oh,
Big
nothing's going to happen. Heflin switches off to single leg.
Cross face by Schiller.
Oh, and Schiller gets out of it. Wow. Oh, Schiller goes for Heflin when he's just about on the edge of the mat, almost grabs two ankles.
Wow, Heflin, I think, kind of lost track of where he was at, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what?
Boy, I'll tell you what, for leaning on each other for 7 minutes, it's been a great overtime.
It has been a great overtime. If Schiller finally produces the thriller.
Yeah, but now we're down to timeout, and we'll have to go to 2 30-second ride-outs. See if we can decide this thing.
All right, here we go, guys. To see the unmovable object against the irresistible force, I think I'd call this one.
Yep.
Cox riding tough on tie. He's got 2 minutes, 25 seconds of riding time, but you can only get one total point per match.
All right, so
Cox from Missouri. You hear the Tiger fans behind us.
yeah. And Gadsden timeout, and Gadsden wins 5-3 over McIntosh.
Ivan Gadsden from Iowa State defeats Penn State's Morgan McIntosh.
All right, Schiller trying to kick out.
Situation
Heflin
here.
hanging on the ankles. Heflin moves up. 15 seconds left.
It's usually a stall situation, but out of bounds they go.
Out of bounds.
Luke Becker standing to his feet, looking at the ref, wanting
a stalling call.
Yeah, he is. So Cox is in the finals, by the way. Pardon me. Go
Gotta
ahead.
bet that's not going to happen. That stalling call.
No. So we got another freshman.
Now Cox
Another freshman in the finals.
Schiller trying to kick out. Referee calls a stalemate really early. I think he's a little premature on that.
Minnesota fans are happy with this refereeing job done right now. So
5 seconds left for Schiller to try to get away.
Heflin got the leg
just going to hang on him.
Little roll there by Schiller, but we're going to have another ride out. Ready?
All right.
Heflin gets to go down now. So let's see what happens. So Brandon Eggum on his feet.
Not sure Schiller can hold him down.
Yeah.
We'll see. Meanwhile, over here, Burak up 2-1 over Hartman.
Tied up.
Hartman. And Heflin faces him.
So at the body lock.
And Heflin gets the one, so 20 seconds left.
Schiller needs to
Probably
get the
running
takedown,
around
guys.
in circles, and Heflin just running and fighting and running and fighting. Schiller
kind of suckered him in. Nice little hip heist attempt, little boot scoot attempt there by Schiller.
Schiller in
Oh
tight.
boy, he's in.
But Heflin's going to fight him off.
Stall warning. Well, I guess I'll let the ref not do his job. Heflin with the win. Heflin, Ohio State gets a finalist. Wow, another one after Logan Stieber became a finalist too. And Ohio State is in 8th place right now. No jump.
I will say though that Heflin's been less than impressive. During the season, I thought maybe
I have to admit, I agree
he had a
with
few
you.
more points, but Heflin's just been sort of non-existent. I think he scored a grand total of maybe 4 points in this tournament. So
Not too many. He's had a tough tournament. So but all you got to win, all you got to do is have one more than your opponent or pin him. You win. So
Just got to get your hand raised.
that's
exactly
it.
Giant Slater, right from Dave Zabriskie himself.
All right, so we've got Austin Marsden down here against McClure, against Mr. Atlas down here on the other end of the match.
Or is he old? Did you ever wrestle McClure or not, Zabriskie?
No.
Never did? Okay.
And Hartman and Burak down here 2-2 with 30 seconds left in the match. Both wrestlers on their feet.
I would imagine you've exited before about any of these guys showed up, right? Or they pretty much graduated, and here comes the big guys.
Yeah, they're pretty much all coming in as I was getting out.
As you were winning your title. You know, I like what you said to me one time, Dave Zabriskie. You said, hey, wait a minute, can't I still be the champ? Isn't this like other sports where they actually have to come and earn it? So that's why I keep referring to you as the champ.
Former champ.
All right, so
I'm a former champ.
2-2 over here between Burak and Hartman. Going into sudden victory.
Here we go, you guys. Gonna see what happens between Hartman and Burak. Duke against Hawk. Blue Devils.
Burak tried a little half shot.
Duke Blue Devils. Gonna call or tie here. We'll see if somebody takes a shot. 41 seconds to go. Hartman and Burak kind of over.
If Hartman picks him up, it'll be a takedown.
Nice leg control at the end.
Got both of them, yes. And Hartman with the takedown.
Takedown. Hartman wins it.
How about that for the Blue Devils? You know, the Blue Devil out here is doing a lot better than the Blue Devil basketball team did today.
Yeah.
They had the big blew it early. All right, Hartman with the win, and Burak back into the showers.
Yeah, he'll go.
He'll live to wrestle another day tomorrow. He's got to go for 7 and 8.
Yep. So Hartman getting a big hug over there from some of the Blue Devil fans there at Duke. I really don't think, since I was bringing that up because I know you defeated Conrad Duziak, but in all honesty, I don't know if I've seen a Duke really go deep in the tournament since Conrad.
So I'm not sure who won or who didn't win down there between McMullen and Johnson. Did you see that?
I didn't. No, McMullen and Johnson. I didn't see 6-2. Whoever had the red anklet on one.
Whoever had the red anklet on.
And I'm going to say it was probably McMullen.
Yeah, because Johnson had a green singlet, so.
Yep, so I'm going to say McMullen won, but we'll try to...
All right, McClure and Marsden.
Yeah.
And the heavyweights.
Wow.
So the Consolations will finish before.
Battle of two big tough guys. We've been calling McClure, we'll have to tell Zabriskie, being a former heavyweight champ. What you been calling McClure? Mr. Atlas, I think?
Mr. Atlas, that's right.
He spent some time in the weight room. I can tell you that much.
He's got a large set of shoulders.
Like to have him putting hay in the barn. Zabriskie's helped me do stuff. He put a new spark plug in my dirt bike. My dirt bike wasn't fired. I didn't know the champ was a motorcycle mechanic. I don't know if I've changed it since, so it's been running good, Zabriskie.
Well, if I fix it right enough, it probably hasn't needed it. But
Absolutely.
I'm a man of many hats, Steve.
I guess. He proved it in my place.
Jack of all trades.
That's right, man. And the master of a lot, especially on the mat. So being the champ. So Tony Nelson, what's your picks here, champ? I don't know. Tell us what you think about these big guys.
Even coming in on with the ups and downs of the heavyweight weight class, I really like Tony. He's a guy that's been here before. He's done it. Where you have a lot of guys that just wins and losses against each other, kind of mess around with the seating, but really Tony Nelson's been here. He knows how to wrestle. He's consistent. Had a couple losses during the year, but he's a guy that's not going to let that phase him. So,
here's the voice of the champ, Dave Zabriskie.
But with that said, this tournament's been nothing less than crazy. So you can expect anything.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
But I'm still expecting Tony Nelson to take this one.
Yep, that's right. So Tony Nelson's going for his third title. He's got to go through Telford, though, the Iowa Hawkeyes. So Minnesota's going to want to try to pick up some more points here and maybe pass up Oklahoma State. This will be the end of it for today. Apparently, they've given Steinhaus his points. Schiller didn't get him because he was defeated by Heflin. So that would have been huge for points for Schiller.
It would have been huge.
In Minnesota, being in the team race. So that was a tough loss, not only for Schiller, but for the team as well. Telford and Nelson. Nelson actually took a little sabbatical, too. Jeff Murphy talked about a little earlier this year, this broadcast, and it was at Hilton Coliseum. I don't think he wrestled at Hilton. Is that right?
No, Tony was there, but he didn't wrestle. I actually spoke with him for a few minutes after the match, so...
Yeah, I remember you went over, he said, he's as big as he looks. He's a big guy. But I think he was wearing loose clothing. We got clothing. We got on an elevator with him, remember, at Big Tens in Champaign-Urbana, and he didn't look quite as large, but I think he was wearing a sweats that day. Yeah, he's a big boy. Telfon's big, too, so Chelfont's got good legs. G. Wendowski's his opponent, by the way, you guys, down on the bottom half, Chelfont. And Tom, the big cat Erickson, by the way, picks Chelfont. He thinks he can take this thing. That's his guy, in case you know what Tom Erickson's thinking. All right. Chelfont's good.
Here we go.
Oh, no. Hey, no, everyone that's wrestling in this round right now is good.
They are. They could go. Yeah. That's a good way to word it.
That's exactly
You've been there and you've won it.
Exactly right.
Being a 4-time All-American, 3-time Big 12 champ, and NCAA champ. We appreciate Dave Zabriskie getting in here with me and Jeff Murphy and helping us with the big guys. So, what do, champ? Just get the collar tie and try to stay within striking distance?
Well, it's not that. The heavier weights get a lot of slack for just really look like they're standing there, but it's a grind in there. They're battling. It's very physical. It's in that battle in there, it's not what it looks like. It's physical. It's painful. It's
a lot of push and shove and jockeying for position.
Yeah.
A lot of hand fighting. I mean, I guarantee they're using energy. I know they always come across off the mat real sweaty, so I guarantee they've used a lot of energy out there. Telford trying to go in there against the leg. Chelfont, what to keep track of Adam Chelfont. And G. Wendowski, one of Jeff Murphy's favorite names to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
G. Wendowski. From North Carolina State, who we found out earlier has spent a little bit of time with Travell Delagna from Reese Humphrey. And Travell know each other.
Jewandowski in on an ankle, but Chalfont picks it off.
So Chalfont real powerful, but Giwandowski's had a good tournament, good season actually. He's 41-2. Talk about a lot of total matches.
Yep. Third period down at the other end. One match left here in the Consolations, and Austin Marsden and McClure now tied up 1-1 in the third period. That's really big for the team race, because if Marsden wins that, Oklahoma State can come within, can tie Penn State for the lead. But McClure in with the takedown. So that may not be.
And right now, I think Giwandowski officially is on his 46th match of the season.
Boy.
Let's see, 42.
A lot of matches.
Yeah, that's a long season. I didn't even wrestle 30 my senior year.
You kept yourself pretty injury-free, really, for giving up. How many times were you able to wrestle somebody your weight or less? What, about 5 maybe?
Probably not even that.
I bet that wasn't too many. You gave up a lot of weight many times. So yeah.
Yep, got a lot of leaning going on right now.
Yep, collar tie.
Yep.
Kind of jockeying for position between Telford and Nelson as well. Another shot by Giwandowski.
Yep, I think he's going to get him. Yep, you got him that time.
Takedown for North Carolina State, trying to tilt. Chalfont has Giwandowski, gets a reversal, correct?
Yep.
2-2 down there, guys.
All right, so Chalfont, big move.
Wow, that is a big move for Adam Chalfont. Tough kid. So.
Short time in that period, too. Yep. So.
Yeah, it is.
And Austin Marsden down there with a big escape. So McClure only up 3-2. Both wrestlers on their feet. 46 seconds left in that consolation match.
I gotta believe keeping track of time is very important in the heavyweight division. Just keeping track how much time's left and where you're at.
It's important in just about every weight class between what time is. It's all part of like your mat awareness.
Yeah.
You have to know where you are. Like you get into a scramble, you need to know where you are on the edge of the mat. Like you need to know how much time's left. Like you need to know what the ref is thinking too.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So Nelson targets down, Telford on top. Get some good advice from the champ here, Dave Zabriskie, joining Jeff Muffy and myself, Steve Foster, and broadcast at Takedown Wrestling Media on themat.com. Like to thank all of our listeners today listening to the call of the 2014 NCAA Championships. Jeff Murphy, what do you see?
Well, Marsden in on a single leg, but he's not going to get it, and McClure's going to win that one.
So Mr. Atlas wins it down there for Michigan State Spartans.
And if Oklahoma State would have won that match, they'd have tied Penn State for the lead.
Oh, that was huge for the Cowboys.
But as it is, the Cowboys will finish only in second and perhaps in third tonight.
Depending on Nelson here. Nelson's going to try to defeat Bobby Telford.
Yep. And if Nelson does defeat Bobby Telford, Minnesota will pull within, if he doesn't get any bonus points, will pull within a half a point of Minnesota.
Giwandowski up on his feet. Nice inside stand up there by Giwandowski. Chalfont doing a good job trying to cover Giwandowski. And they're in a real interesting, kind of a tuck and roll situation there. Now a sprawl by Chalfont. Chalfont, Giwandowski. Giwandowski leads 3-2. 23 seconds of riding time in favor of Chalfont.
Tony Nelson, Bobby Telford in a match we've seen so many times between the two big guys.
So right now, Chalfont trails Giwandowski because of that escape. So a lot of battling here between Iowa and Minnesota. Iowa would love to get some more points. Of course, Minnesota would too. So.
You know, I think ESPN's found the way to get all the fans to stay to the bitter end of the consolations.
Yeah.
Just have the championships end after the consolations. Because the house is still packed.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock and it really hasn't cleared out that much. But we are heavyweight, so this is what everyone comes to see.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Dave. Oh, Tony Nelson with a big move.
Wow.
Telford tried to drop down a little bit on an ankle and
off a Telford shot.
Nelson ran around behind, so he's up 3-0
at the end of the period. So
yeah, big move.
Big takedown there, and it's 3-2 in the other match there. Giwandowski leads Chalfont, Adam Chalfont from Indiana. So between the Hoosiers. And so, what is it? Telford's choice? Is that right, champ?
Yeah, Telford's choice.
Oh, he's taken down, I take it, correct?
Yep, I think so.
He's loading up for it. I didn't see him actually signal for it, but you kind of, when he's getting ready to kneel down, I think you know referee's position is going to be Telford's in the bottom positions. Tony Nelson, big guy up on top.
Yeah, he's tough on top. Let's see if we can do some work here.
He is a good rider, isn't he?
Well,
Telford, caution against Telford though, right?
yeah.
We know Telford's going to try to get that stand-up going.
Yeah, no. Well, it's important. Like Tony's one of the toughest guys at heavyweight on top, and it's important to get that first move and just explode up.
So how important is it to get off that whistle? That's everything sometimes, isn't it?
Well, especially when you've got a big guy on top, like you don't want to get broken down flat.
Sure.
You don't want to get broken down. Like, you don't want him to get his first move or he's getting his weight on you. So you have to get up to your feet immediately.
It's amazing the champ would bring up how important that is, because guess what? We've had 2 cautions go both ways. So they're realizing what the national champ has been telling us.
Yeah.
That first initial move can be the difference maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Telford's got to get out fast because, as Dave said, Tony Nelson's got one of the best rides for a big guy.
Especially like Dave Zabriskie said, if he breaks you down, he gets you flat.
Yeah.
Got a lot of pressure. Well, we got some real action going on down there, huh? In favor of G. Wendowski, I believe.
Yeah. 5-2, 5-3 now.
Like a flying double. He jumped at him.
That was amazing. I don't see a lot of that with that weight class.
Real athletic.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. 41 seconds to go in the third period. G. Wendowski in the driver's seat. Riding time will not be a factor here in this one, so what you see is what you get.
Yep.
Telford starts on top. Bobby Telford on the bottom for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Minnesota Golden Gopher on top, Tony Nelson.
Yep. Minute 36 left in that match. Telford tries to get up immediately, but Nelson gets all that weight over on his shoulders.
As David Zabriskie pointed out in these heavyweights, boy, that first initial move by Nelson was so important. He's trying to chop the far arm of Bobby Telford.
Telford just trying to stay up on his base.
Telford trying to move around. He's in that base, but 1 minute and 56 seconds, riding time. So Nelson's almost got the riding time. There, even minute right up there. So G. Wendowski is in the finals, guys, for North Carolina State. He beats Adam Chalfant 5-4. Well, technically 1 second to go. It's final.
Now it's final.
Yep.
Now I got to write this long number out here. Or long name. Long name. G1 down. Ski.
There you go. All right, so all eyes are focused on one match.
Yes, it is.
Tony Nelson, Bobby Telford, 1 minute to go. Telford up to his feet. That's half the battle.
Yeah, but they go out of bounds.
No, they go out of bounds, and the referee calls a stalling warning on Nelson.
Is that a judgment call or just the way it's got to go, I guess?
That's the way it's got to go. Kind of like he's been riding pretty hard for a minute, but Telford keeps coming back up to his feet. Is up on his feet for 5 seconds. It's kind of a judgment call after that, you know. If you're not making that attempt, then it's up to the ref.
But for number 17, we don't got the number and the names anymore, do we? Like we had yesterday.
What's that?
The name and the
I do.
numbers.
I saved them in my book. I just haven't.
You're not going to pick on the refs today, though.
No.
Somebody threw us the names and the numbers of the refs.
1 or 2, yeah.
But we gave them a little mercy
Quite helpful.
today.
Quite helpful.
Yeah.
All right,
want to go John Mustang on him.
Back to the center. 58 seconds left. Tony Nelson's got 1 minute and 6 of riding time, and he's still riding Bobby Telford. Telford up to his feet.
He got a stall warning, didn't he, Jim?
Yeah.
So, Tony wants to finish this on top. He wants to finish this on top. He takes everything out that Telford could throw at him.
Cross the
Keeps him on bottom. If he keeps him on bottom, he gets to stay in control. He doesn't have to worry about some quick shot, something that could go to his back.
Right, something fluky or get him in jeopardy.
Yep.
You're listening to former NCAA champion of 2015, Dave Zabriskie, joining us here. Former Iowa State Cyclone winning the title with Jake Varner won another one that year, I think.
Yep.
Then Andrew Long came up runner-up, I think, against the Iowa Hawkeye that year. And myself, Steve Foster, Jeff Murphy's here to my left. These two guys helping me try to save my voice for what it's worth.
Yeah. So 30 seconds left in the match.
Riding time's locked up for Tony Nelson.
And Telford gets hand position and gets free.
He's got the same inbred brain calculator you do, Zabriskie. That's good. That's good. He figured it out just like David did. That Riding time's locked up, and he releases Telford, so 3-1 right now in favor of the Golden Gopher.
Actually 4-1. He's at the riding time
Yeah,
point
that's right,
locked up.
yep.
So Telford needs something big here, and I don't know if he has it in his arsenal.
Yep. 7 seconds left.
And on the shot.
Calls the stalling call.
Nelson, 1 point. Telford, 3-2-1. That's it. In the finals again.
4-3 for Tony Nelson.
Sitting there trying to go for his third title.
Not a very good round for the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight.
Yeah, it's been tough for the Hawks, and big round for the Minnesota Gophers. So
Hawks in 4th place with 67 points. So
yeah, right now. And once you run down the top 10, then we'll close it out.
Here's what's going to happen. Minnesota's going to get 7 points for that. And so Penn State is going to finish the evening in 1st place with 91 points. But right behind with 90.5 points will be Minnesota. And in 3rd place with Oklahoma State with 87.5 points. There it is. It just flipped over. 87.5 points.
You got your math right.
So again, if that Marston match would have finished with Marston winning, that would have been a half a point separating the top 3.
Yep.
But that's your top 3. Then a wide gap down in the number 4 Iowa Hawkeyes with 67 points. Ohio State with 52. Quite honestly, it'll be a battle between probably those 2 schools since who they have in the finals for 4th and 5th place. Edinburgh was 6th. I don't think they can quite get there. 48.5. Cornell was 7. In 7th place with 46.5. Virginia Tech in 8th place with 45.5. Oklahoma all the way down to 9th place with 45 points. And Illinois, your number 10 team, with 37 points.
Dave Zabriskie joined us. That's a good way. That's like a cherry on the top. It's good to see the champ come down here and help us and bail us out.
Yeah,
and,
no problem. I like coming down here. Gets
4-time All-American, NCAA, 3-time Big 12 champ, Giant Slayer himself, myself, Steve Foster, Jeff Murphy. Thanks, my friend.
Yep, absolutely.
Great job as always.
We'll do it again tomorrow.
Sounds
All right,
good.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Good night.
It wasn't as much fun for me because I couldn't hear a thing you were saying.